And the topic for tonight is, where are you on your VA journey? Have you started your VA journey? Or you completed your VA journey? Let's talk about it. Talking about you. I want to know about you tonight. We help each other like this. The journey. Have you, family? This is the amazing thing. This was the most important thing to me in creating this channel, is to express my journey, going through all that I did, the ups and downs, the mistakes, the good days, the bad days, the days I gave up, the day I picked up my evidence and got back up, dusted myself off, and started to fight again. And that's why I started the channel, because I wanted y'all to know it can be done, no matter how bad it looks. All right, your journey starts here. Who haven't filed a claim yet? If not, your journey starts here. Who hasn't filed a claim yet? If you haven't filed a claim yet, put NOT for not. Have not, or put have not in the chat. Put have not. Who has not filed a claim yet? But you may be thinking about it. That's okay. Let us know if you've never filed a VA claim before. Let us know if you have not. Now, Love say, my VA journey is a marathon. Staying in the fight. This is what it's all about. Let's talk about that journey. Let us know. Now, the first thing you got to do is start. You got to get up and do something. Here's the issue. What direction do you go? That was one of my biggest issues, trying to figure out what to do, because of what? A lot of times when we starting out, we have a lack of information. We don't know how the VA process works. We don't know where to file a claim, how to file a claim. There's a lot of things that slows us down in the beginning. We don't know what will qualify if the claim is approved. We don't know what we'll qualify for and what paperwork we need. And even when we do, there are roadblocks. Let me ask you this here, family. Who in here had a major roadblock? You was doing your claim and then all of a sudden something got in the way. Something came out of left field. Let us know. Love say VA will not help you. My experience. Let us know about your experience. Have you ever been blindsided by the VA or by not having, they couldn't find your records? Have you ever had an issue of not knowing what to do first? Should I file a claim? Should I build my evidence first? Should I file multiple claims at one time? Some say, don't file right now, wait until you get your evidence together. Some say file multiple things at one time, but not. A lot of confusion. We getting different information. Lifestyle change say same here, love. So this is about you, family. Now, this is one of the biggest ones out there. A lot of times when we don't know what's going on with the VA process, what do? We look for information. And what is one of the biggest places we look for information? From other people. Other people in our personal lives, other veterans that we know, other veterans we meet at the VA, and even sometimes the VA itself, the VA Benefits Administration, or sometimes even the VA hospital. But the problem is, who in here has gotten misinformation when it came to trying to get their benefits at the VA hospital or benefits from VA compensation? Who has gotten misinformation? Put an MI in the chat for misinformation. If you've gotten misinformation from somebody or some source on the internet, put an MI in the chat. And H-Town did. Let us know in your journey, have you ever gotten misinformation? Oh, Lord. Family, I hate to go over this. Oh, Lord, y'all, come on, put an MI if you've gotten misinformation. We're going to answer this first. Then I'll read your other chat. Because the only thing I'm dealing with is that. Have you ever received misinformation? H-Town did. Betty Bob's misinformation. Gary said misinformation. Benny said misinformation. Military Mike misinformation. Love misinformation. Coasty misinformation. Now, but I want to ask you now, did that information hurt your claim in a major way, or did it slow it down at all? So if it slowed it down, you put an SD for slow, or you can just put slow down. Put slow down. If it slowed it down, put slow down. If it hurt your claim, put hurt. Okay? Let us know. If it did both, let us know. If you've ever received information, misinformation, did that information hurt your claim? Did it slow your claim down? Let us know. Did it hurt your claim, or did it slow down your claim? Or you just looked at it and said, you know what? I'm not going to do nothing with this until I verify it. Or did you verify? I'm talking about initially when you used the information. Okay? Everybody needs to listen to this. The problem is everybody has an opinion. Okay? That's why, let me tell you something that's misinformation. Blanket statements is misinformation, because there's no one size fits all when it comes to VA claims. What worked for you may not work for me, or it may work for me. So what we need to do is give people general guidelines. Okay? But when it comes to more specific things, guess what? They may have all the evidence, but they may have a horrible CMP exam for their benefits. It might be the examiner's fault, or it might be their fault. Some people go into these CMP exams and start bragging about stuff that's not related to the CMP exam, trying to impress the examiner. This is a big problem that nobody talks about. They say, do you go out much? Now, you going in there for anxiety, PTSD. Yeah, I go out. I'm the head deacon at my church. I cut my yard and I'm 78 years old. Well, what about your back? Yeah, but I cut my yard because I'm independent. Does your back hurt? Sometimes it ain't really no big deal. They go in there trying to impress these folks. Ask H-Town how he knows. Because I don't listen to what the veteran tells me. If I'm helping them, bring me the CMP exam. Now, you told me something different. So our brother said, let me get here. Gary say, slowed it down. And then Coasty say, slowed it down. Betty Bob say, slowed it down. Hurt not to file claim. Oh, man, that's heavy. We doing good, family. 17 likes and 24 watching. Now, let me go back up to the information here. All right. Let me get back. Love say VA will not help you, my experience. Betty Bob's, oh, that's back when we had answered that. Let me get down here. Now listen to what Love say. Roadblocks is an understatement, H-Town. Okay? He says it's an understatement. I had no idea what I was doing. I've been there. When it comes to claims, I didn't even know there's a such thing as a VA hospital in Houston until 1999. Did you hear me? I don't know how I got to, because my uncle told me. Yes. He knew it was a VA hospital, and I've been here all my life, until I left. Gary say, thanks to YouTube, before the internet was everywhere, the VA didn't help at all. Why do you think the VA doesn't tell you about your benefits? Now listen to what Love say. Files transferred from Florida to California. Okay. Then listen to what Charleston says. COVID interrupted my claim process and now other conditions from old age is my priority. Got you. I got you. Now listen to Love. Plenty of misinformation for sure. Now Dallas, that's one of the biggest statements I've ever got from Dallas. Look what Dallas says. I made the mistake of listening to VSO of the state of Kansas. Who got misinformation from a VSO? Put VSO in the chat. If you've ever received misinformation from a VSO, put VSO in the chat. Now the person that helped me, I did not. Now the person, but another VSO. If you've ever received misinformation from a VSO, put VSO in the chat. Come on, I'm gonna get the rest of y'all state. I have. Betty Bob's have. A veteran service officer, that is, like the American Legion, DAV, some of these state agencies. Military Mike has. Betty Bob's has. Put VSO in the chat if you've ever received misinformation or bad from a VSO. Now, come on now. Come on, we're going to talk about this tonight. Now, let's go back up here. Y'all finish putting that. You can still put it in VSO if you have. Now, let me get back up here. Now, he says, I made the mistake. This is Dallas. I made the mistake of listening to VSO of the state of Kansas said to wait to file GERD. Never listen to nobody tell you to wait unless they give you a solid reason why. And then verify with other people. Go to other experts because you relied on him to your detriment. He said, then rating changed. I would have received higher rating if I had not waited. Lesson learned. So it slowed down y'all claim. Coasty says slow down. Betty says slow down hurt. Then listen to Love. There is some bad VSOs out there for sure, and some good ones. And you got to be able to know how to vet them, verify. Now, Charleston says 100% H-Town, every branch of service affects condition. Yes, indeed. Being on the sea affects conditions like GERD. Okay? It's a type of acid reflux condition. Now, listen to what Military Mike says. Show you right, H-Town, two people with different MOSs may have completely different formulas for success. Or they may have the same MOS, but a different way they got their condition. It may be the same condition, but you might have got yours by falling off of something. The other one may be from long-term degenerate from running all the time. It depends. That's why we got to be real careful. Benny says, anxiety keeps me away from people. He can barely make it going to appointment. Okay. Now, let me see. Now, let's see what Lifestyle said. Yeah, my VSO was garbage. He was also a former police officer. Well, I hope he did a pretty good job there. He may need to go back to policing if he can't help people with their claims properly. Now, there is not a rating system for VSOs like businesses and attorneys or trial and error. Finding good help for your claims. Yes, they need to be able to rate these VSOs, but because it's volunteer, I don't think they want that out there. And they are getting paid by the federal government too, many of them. Military Mike, I bet Houston has a nice VA facility. It's nice. It's nice. I have to say that. You ought to come down there and go to it. If you go to a different city, go to their VA hospital. You can get service there, carry your identification. I almost got a sleep apnea machine because my friend, the one I was in the Navy with, the crazy one I don't talk to no more, he was taking me up. He about to give me, I went up there and visited him. And he took me over to the VA, and they about to give me a machine up there. Betty Bob say the VA employees are just making a living. Yeah. Now let's see where we at. We got Coach to say VSO, love VSO. Then Alaskan Ice. Of course, everybody's going to be greeting my sister. Glad that you are here. She say VSO would not explain the process to me. Just filed the claim. What was your problem with the VSO? Alaskan Ice just explained. They wouldn't explain the process. If your issue was explaining, the VSO did not explain the process to you like Alaskan Ice, put a 1 in the chat. If your problem with your VSO, those you say that y'all got misinformation from them, or let's say not just misinformation, they wouldn't explain the process. Who in here that the VSO did not explain the process? They say, just give me this and I'm gonna do this. I'll get it started. Don't worry about it. 18 likes and 23 watching. So family, smash that like button. Coaches say hi, Alaskan Ice. Love say hello, Alaskan Ice. Now listen to what our sister said. She says VSO told me to wait to file on my back because he had sent off claims 6 weeks earlier, and I had to file. What made you become suspicious of him, or what made you know that you didn't feel like that what made you know that may be misinformation? Then Betty Bob said, hello, Alaskan Ice. I was thinking about you. And yes, indeed. So everybody talk, greeting each other. All right. Now listen to because I'm trying to catch up. Charleston said exactly. And the raters are like blind trying to rate. Now, listen to what Military Mike was told. I was told from a player who was old. It's no surprise that you are the prize, but the goal of the VA is to deny until you die. Whoa, that's some cold stuff they put out there, man. That's cold. That's real talk, though. That's almost like insurance. The insurance drag it out. If you got a settlement, they drag it out. Now, Betty Bob's, I have found a good VSO. All of them were, I've never found a good VSO. All of them were garbage. I apologize you had such bad experiences. What's the worst experience you had with a VSO? Let us know, because this is about you tonight. Where are you on your journey? What happened on your journey? Charleston says, hi, Alaskan Ice. Betty Bob said, exactly, Military Mike. Then Lifestyle Changes say, we were always meeting in a public place where I was telling all my medical issues. Not cool. I don't like when they just kind of reckless when you explaining things. Even when going to VA, what's your last four? I put it on the paper. They don't like that. Just tell me. I've heard that before. The greetings I'm going past. Now, love say, I had one VSO tell me helpless child claim you can get your father's stuff. Died with him. So I guess you're saying you can't get. Will get nothing from your father. See what I'm saying? Whoever went back to a VSO and told him, you know what the information you gave me was incorrect. it was misinformation. Anybody ever confronted them with that? Then listen what Lifestyle says. Yes, Charleston, preach. Now, Alaskan Ice says, he did not want me to know the process. See, Alaskan Ice is a thinker, and many of you are also. Excuse me. Why do you think he didn't want you to know the process? He thought you were going to be doing his job. Now, listen to what Alaskan Ice said about the VSO, the bad experience that she had. Some of you had good experiences with VSOs. She said he did not want me to know the process. He would get upset if I asked questions, so I started learning for myself. He set me up with a high level review with the conference and did not explain anything to me. So one thing worse than misinformation is a lack of information. I apologize that happened to you, sister. Love say military Mike, so true. That's what happened to Father. VA waited him out and he died. Rest in power for your father. Now, and condolences to you, my brother. I love. Lifestyle change. It's Sunday. All you are preaching this evening. Yes, indeed. Come on now. Betty Bob say lies, laziness, and not having a clue what they are doing. So why are they there if they supposed to be representing veterans as VSOs? Now, lifestyle changes say 100%. Betty Bob. Now listen, and lifestyle change say condolences to you, love, and the loss of your father. No matter how long it's been, it's important. Now listen, lost my big mama, my great grandmother. I lost her in 96, and I lost my big mama in 2006. 10 years later. Now, Dallas Marquez say, I think the VSO did what he did so I could have come back later and keep him busy. Job security, basic. Wow. That's not cool for you, though. The motives matter. Now, lifestyle change say condolences, of course. Now, Love say H-Town. The VSO said I was getting the helpless child claim, but nothing else. Father claim died with him. I was told from a VSO. Now, I hope you was told something else from another VSO. Now, Military Mike say, I had one YouTube channel tell me I wouldn't get more than 30% for my insomnia. That's the most you can get. Then the VA gave me 100% for insomnia, just like that. Misinformation, family. Betty say, oh. Now, Love say, true, so true. Betty Bob's true. Betty Bob's so true. Now, listen to what Betty Bob says. She says, H-Town is just a check to them. It's a job. They don't care. What did Michael Jackson say? They don't really care about us. Love say, thanks, lifestyle changes. Now, listen. Betty Bob's H-Town said, Betty Bob said this, H-Town is just like a check to them. They don't care. They don't really care about us. Now, Alaska Knight said, I had a VSO tell me that I would not get more than 10% for my needs. How much did you end up getting for your needs? And let me ask you this here. Have you ever had a VSO help you, but they could only help you to a certain point, and then you had to start doing it the rest of the way because you couldn't get but so far with them? Betty Bob say, thanks, love. Now, let me ask you this here. I'm going to flip the script. Who has ever gotten misinformation from a lawyer that represented them on their VA claim? Who has ever gotten misinformation from a lawyer that helped them on their VA claim, that represented them? Now, Love say, I wonder why VSOs would lie. I don't understand. They said maybe for the check, or they just don't take time, or they may not know. Some of them may be misinformed themselves. Now, Alaska Knight said, they said she couldn't give, the VSO told her she couldn't give but 10% for her needs, but look at here. My sister got 30%, 30 and 40%. Come on now. For her needs. So that wasn't true. Now, that's why I say that people shouldn't make blanket statements. Oh, all you can get is this. Tell them to show you the rating schedule for that condition. And what are they? They're not a doctor. Y'all can have a goal, but they shouldn't limit you. Now, Charleston say H-Town. They treat all veterans like an assembly line for disability rating. So inhumane. Who feel like they treat us like an assembly line? Let us know. Put a car emoji in the chat if you feel like they just, next veteran up, they got you on or put something with assembly line. Or say assembly line. Let us know. That's a good one. I feel that too. Love say, you are welcome, Betty Bobs. We treat each other better than a lot of the people at the VA treat us, than some of the representatives, VSOs. Love say, Betty Bob say, love. Now listen, love say, H-Town, I had a VSO that was in charge. Tell me, okay, you didn't finish. So who feel like they an assembly line? Who feel like they like, here, this here, now move on. They just, okay, you do this here, you're gonna get this. They rushing you through. Who feel like they got you rushed through on an assembly line? Let us know. Betty Bobs do. Now, family, y'all are doing an incredible job. This channel is really growing, and I'm so impressed. And it's all because of y'all. Now, I hate to say this. Now, family, have anybody ever tried to set a trap up for you when you was getting your benefits? Anybody ever try to trick you out your money? Put a trap emoji in the chat if somebody ever tried to con you or take your money. I'm gonna help you, but they never gave it back. They never helped you. Put the word trap in the chat. Why I say rejects my comment? What's trap? Wow. They said when I put the word trap, don't put trap. They say they reject my comment. Okay. Wow. They rejected my word trap. Wow. Put trick. Put the word trick. Hope that word trick. Who's been somebody ever tried to trick you or con you? They let me put trick. Yeah, I got censored. I put TRAP, trap. And they say YouTube rejects your comment. This usually means they think it's spam. Try changing it a bit. Wow. I didn't know. I never got. Wow. All I said was like a trap. Wow. I guess that's some, they say they think it's spam. They think it's some kind of spam. Right on, Dallas, from Lifestyle Changes. Whoever been tricked, say, H-Town, you got sister. Yes, I did. Bill Ted Mike say me. Betty Bob say me. Betty Bob say, H-Town, it is bad. I am up here talking to veterans on Amtrak G. Pinging to Birmingham, and telling them how to file and gave them the link where to get their DBQ, especially the kids that was with them. Make sure you give them a link to my channel too, because we cover that. She say trick and treat. She say trick bad. Love said, I had an attorney tell me the same thing. You will win your helpless child father claim died with him. So many words. I kind of get what they're saying. Now listen to what Alaska Knight says. Some VSOs have quotas. See, I didn't know we would even get on this subject like this. I didn't know that VSOs are a hot topic. Y'all seem to have more issue with VSOs. Hold on. Family, I'm about to say something. Don't you get mad. Alaska Knight says, let me finish this statement. Some VSOs have quotas and some have more claims than they can handle, so they glance over the STRs and file claims quickly, not always having all of the information needed. Love say, VSOs and attorneys gave me the wrong information. That's what you were saying. Now listen to what it say, OH and treated me bad. From Betty Bob, and Betty Bob said, Alaska Nights, right for sure. Now let me get up here with Dallas. He says, I had enough in-service evidence without needing to get a nexus. That's called a fully developed claim. If you had enough information in your evidence. If I would have listened, I don't know if I would have filed not willing to pay for a nexus. Let's talk about it, family. Betty Bob said, okay, they already got that. Brother, now I want to ask y'all something. Who do you think is a bigger problem in the VA claims process? Okay, listen to me. The VSOs or the VBA? Who, when it comes to the claim process, let me write it down. But you gotta pick one. Okay, you gotta pick one. VSO or VBA. Who is a bigger problem? Who's a bigger problem? Come on, talk to me now. Now listen to what who's a bigger problem in the claims process problems? The VSO or the VBA? Who's a bigger problem? You can only pick one. Now, they both can't be equally. One has to be more of a problem. So let's see. Lifestyle Change say, although I gave up a lot of money to the sharks, I have my issues with the employees. Okay. Now listen what Gary says. A claim consulting company told me, and let me get up here where I can see this better, okay? Because y'all making a lot of statements. A claim consulting company told me I wouldn't file for the PAC Act, tinnitus and sleep apnea secondary to tinnitus on the same claim. Love say real talk, lifestyle changes. Then we asked it which one do you think is a bigger problem in the VA claims process? The VSOs, the Veteran Service Officers, the people representing you, or the VBA, the Veterans Benefit Administration, the one that processes the claim? Now, is it because the VSOs are not preparing you for what you need? That's the major problem, or is the VBA not properly processing claims. Let's talk about it. Charleston say the VBA. Betty Bob say the VBA. Lifestyle say the VBA for me. Hosty say the VBA. Dallas says the VSO. They should know what they are doing. Now, let me say it like this. If you had a problem with a VSO, but when you filed it on your own and you got approved, that means it may not have been the VBA. It may not have been the VA. Come on now. Love say the VBA. Alaskan Ice says the VBA. Thank you. Oh, y'all doing such a wonderful job. Betty Bob said we have 21 likes and 20 watching. See, we getting to the bottom of this here. See, what is this about tonight? Where are you at on your VA journey? We talking about it tonight. Now listen here. Charleston say, VSO, I worked around. VBA is harder to fix. They're messed up. Yes, because you got to deal directly with the VBA. The VA you got to deal with directly. But with the VSO, you can fire them. Now, love. I said VBA is not worse than the VSOs. So which one is? Because love, you put VBA. You got to put in VSOs. If they're worse, you put VBA on them. See, you put VBA. So you got to let us know. Why do you think the VBA is worse, family? Y'all let me know, because our sisters say 21 likes and 20 watching. Y'all doing such an excellent job. Y'all doing such an excellent job. Family, appreciate y'all coming into the room. Now, Charleston said, VSO, I worked around. VBA is harder to fix. Okay, I got that. Now, Alaskan Ice says, VBA not looking at all evidence. I want to ask you this here. What percentage of the time do you think the VBA, the Veterans Benefit Administration, looks at all of the evidence? What percentage? Give me a percentage. Do you think they look at it and do it in the increments of 10? 10, 0%, 10%, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, or 100%? Give us an estimate when how much of your evidence that they look at. What percentage of your evidence do you think the VA looks at? Let us know. Betty Bob say 21 likes and 22 watching. Love say real talk, Alaskan Ice. I think I missed Brother Military Mike. He say it goes veteran, VSO, then the VBA. The middleman is always the problem. Just my thoughts. Love, I respect your thoughts. That's a good opinion. Now listen to what Lifestyle Changes says. Man, this group is on fire. Look, let me tell you something. We got very wise people. See, y'all know when y'all being mistreated. Y'all know when something ain't right, even if you don't have the information. You say something ain't adding up here. It take you a while. You say, hold on, they told me this, but now they telling me that. How much of your evidence do you think they look over? 100% of it when you submit it for a claim? 20, 10, 0%? I know sometimes, but I'm talking about on average, how much do you think they look at? Gary says the VBA, if you have 1 million veterans claim, say back pain secondary to flat feet, why make all million veterans prove TJI link? Right. The VBA should just accept and grant the link because it's direct service connection. Are you talking about Lord, a presumptive? You saying they should do it as a presumptive? Let me know. If one of them is service connected, you talking about the other one being Gary, the other one being secondary? Let us know. Lifestyle Changes. Agree, Charleston. Then we have Love say H-Town. I said VBA is then the VSOs. Okay. Yeah, okay, I got you. That's why I said VBA first. Now, most of y'all hold the VBA more accountable than the VSOs, the Veteran Service Officers. Now, Alaska Night says, I have gotten claims reopened within 24 hours following a high-level review, mentioned that all evidence was not looked at. All evidence was not considered. Now, did you do that online? How can you get it done that fast, Alaska Nights? That's amazing. Did you do that online? Y'all, I got to put my socks on. I just took a bath. I don't want to get sick up in here. Now, Loveless H-Town, I said, okay, I got you. I got you, brother. I got you. I'm sorry. Then Alaska Nights say maybe about 30% scanning. So they may consider 30% of your evidence. Oh, Betty Bob say 5%. You wrong for that. You saying they just totally incompetent, sister. You really believe that? Dallas says they claim 100%, but I bet it's way lower than what they claim they look at. Give me an estimate, a guess. Come on, family. Betty Bob say 5%. Everybody show love to our sister Black Ambrosia in here. She said, hello, lovelies. How's the family doing this fine Sunday? Yes, indeed. Black Ambrosia, when you deal with insurance companies, when they're looking at the claims in the civilian world outside of the VA, because you have more experience with that, how much of the claim do they look at? Do they look at every last thing because they're trying to deny it, or they only look over sometime? What percentage of the claim do you think they look at on average? About 10, 20, 30, or 100% of the claim? Now, let's see. So everybody show love to our sister Black Ambrosia. Betty say 5%. Then we have Charleston say the VBA, which is the Veteran Benefits Administration, when you file a VA claim for compensation, I think looks at 50% of the evidence. What if the 50% of the evidence that they look at is not where the most powerful information is, or that's not the part that has your service connection? In my case, confuse the rest, not normal of other claims. Okay. Now listen what Betty Bob says. 5% are sending too many to CMP exams with a fully developed DBQ. Then we have Love says VBA is not reading the file. Alaska Nights is right. I sent it over 200 documents. VBA has not gotten to it yet. Yeah, they put it on the back burner. Now listen, Alaska Night says, I did it online. I filed before the evening mail letters. Good. They said I jumped the gun twice, but I saw the denial letter online and got right on it. So they don't have to like it. Everybody's speaking to our sister Black Ambrosia, Alaska Nights, and Betty Bob's. Now Lifestyle Change say less than 50% of the information that they go over. Now this is starting to upset me. Lifestyle saying hi to Black Ambrosia, and so is Charleston. So is Love. This is concerning me, family. Now hold on, let's see what's going on in the civilian world. Black Ambrosia, don't do like they say, the old folks used to say in the South. Let me down easy, sister. Let me down easy. Let me see what my sister got to say. She say they ain't looking over the medicals, primary, and the doctor's notes. The QME review all the documents that is submitted. They look at everything and they trying to deny. Costa said Black Ambrosia. Now we got Gary says, if there is 1 million veterans filing back pain secondary to service-connected flat feet, why do all of them have to prove a link? because a couple of reasons. Number one, if you had flat feet before you joined the military and they still let you in, it may not be linked as a secondary condition in that way, meaning that the back injury caused the flat feet. Follow me, Gary. It could be not causation, but aggravation. You following me? Okay, you following me? So they got to make sure they word it right, because you filed for you saying that the back pain caused your flat feet, and you had flat feet before you joined the military. That's not causation, but you can get service connected because the back injury aggravated your flat feet. They let you in the military anyway. They documented, let you in, so you can say that the back made it worse. Tell me if I'm making sense, Garrett, huh? I'm not your bus driver. I don't have a Class B license, but I want to take you to school today. You understand? Now, did that make sense? And they don't have to have a link if you say it aggravated it. All they got to shoot so is aggravation. No, you can say if it happened, if you had flat feet before you went in the military, but your military service aggravated your flat feet, you go for aggravation. Sometimes we file for the wrong thing. Tell me if I'm making sense, brother. Come on, talk to me. Oh boy, I knew y'all got me scared. Now he say, it should be presumptive if there are so many similar cases. I believe so. I totally agree with that, Garrett. Now listen to what our sister says. That so now that whatever you tell your doctor and he puts it in your chart, the claim adjuster will have access to it through the insurance company. Oh, really? I'll be all in the claim business. Did y'all hear me? This is somebody in there. Y'all better be listening. This can help us what's going on in the civilian world because it transfer over. My brother, Army George, my Desert Storm Persian Gulf brother, that we choose some of the same saying. You understand what I'm saying? Says, hello, H-Town and vets. I think they look for keywords. Now listen, so we need to put those buzzwords in there. Black Ambrosia, what kind of keywords y'all look for in this insurance adjusting companies? What kind of buzzwords? What kind of clues from the doctor's notes? They look for keywords. Don't think the rater has a lot of time. They are on a quota. That's why you need to put the information on a supported claim form, that if they're not going through all the stuff, have that documented and highlighted like H-Town do. Say, this is why I think the claim should be approved. On page 12 of my medical notes, the doctor said this, and attached copy. Come on now, make it easier for them. Now listen, love say, I just wait on a denial level, nothing yet. Okay. Family, y'all got me nervous. Y'all are commenting up in here, family. Y'all are communicating. We're getting this thing done. Now, Alaska Knight said, CMP examiner said there was not such a thing as knee causation problems with your back. Was that true? Are you saying that the examiner, did the lie detector determine that that was a lie, Alaska Knights? Let me know. Was that true or not, what the examiner said? Love say, hello, Army George. Betty Bob say, 23 likes and 22 watching. Fam, this gotten up to 27 over here. Fam, y'all are doing this thing. Now, Charleston said, hi, Army George. I better stop saying it, because when I said it go down, the haters get mad, say I'm gonna leave. Now, Lifestyle Changes say, my latest decision letter. Listen, we're gonna break down what confuses us. Knowing what a decision letter is, knowing what a notification letter is, knowing what a VA code sheet is, and knowing what an award letter is. We're going to break them down. That's one of the reasons we get misinformation, because the VA will tell you this document is this. When I go in there, I know exactly what I'm looking for. But they don't tell you the names of these forms. But H-Town Vet, and we're going to do it. We do it here. Now, look, say, Lifestyle Change say, my latest decision letter, the rater said that my migraines that were in my STRs were a symptom of something else. They just do what they want with no repercussions. Tell them, put that in writing when they talking like that. Family, y'all are cutting up in here. I got to put these socks on. Family, give me a second. I'm got to put these socks on. Y'all got me going on. I don't want to get cold. Get a cold. Fam, don't you like coming somewhere where people talking some sense, something that's going to improve your life, that's going to help elevate you, not a whole bunch of nonsense, not a whole bunch of clickbait. Come here, get 100% by tomorrow morning, and sit down somewhere. Sit your country behind down somewhere, man. Now, Black and Broja say, and the insurance carrier runs a background check to search any prior claim filed with the same injury and how many claims you file in your lifetime. Now, I got one for you, Black and Broja. Black and Broja. See, I can't be asking these questions. Y'all gonna keep chatting away and gonna have me running crazy up here. Black and, hold on. They let somebody use the word trap. They let you use the word trap. They didn't let me use the word trap. They didn't ban Charleston. I've been mistreated. They treat Navy people better. When I put the word trap, they said that it was a spam word. They didn't do that with him. You see, they let him put the word. Charleston is getting special treatment. Now listen to what I want to say, Black and Broja. Let me get back down there. Tell me what you think of this, Black and Broja. There was a man who was riding in Uber, and it was in a wreck, and he got injured. Then he's still working on that claim for that injury, right? It wasn't his fault. Somebody hit the car, or the driver fault, the Uber driver fault, or whatever. Then he was driving with his wife in his new vehicle, and somebody hit him in that. Now, is that a problem? Is that suspicious? Or how do they blame the first accident for the injury, or the people that does the, in the second accident, they say, nah, you had a pre-existing injury. What about the people where he was in the Uber and had the injury, and they say, well, nah, it wasn't that bad. Yeah, you was injured, but that new accident made it worse. So we only paying you for a smaller severity level on the injury. Does that make it complicated, Black and Broja? Have you ever seen situations like that? Now, Betty Bob says 24 likes and 25 watching. Family, we getting somewhere because we putting out the information. You understand? Love say, agree with you, Lifestyle Changers. Lifestyle Changers say, I have the same issue, Gary. Keep banging. Don't stop. Banging like a set of drums. Now listen, Charleston say, now listen, family. Because remember tonight we're talking about where are you at in your journey? All right? Charleston says, question, family. Think back. active discharge, did medical give you a final hearing exam? They didn't give us, did they give us a final medical exam at all? They didn't give me a final medical exam. I went to dental and got my wisdom teeth pulled. I didn't have one. Who had a final medical exam? They're probably doing them now. Let us know if you had a final medical exam. All right? Let us know. Put something that emoji saying medical, or you just putting medical exam in there, or ME for medical exam. If you had a final medical exam before you got out the military, let us know. Gary say, I follow you. A presumptive would be too broad a brush. Yes, because it can't be presumptive, meaning you want, okay, look, presumptive meaning that they just gonna automatically say it's service connected. But presumptive doesn't work when it comes to aggravation when you had the condition prior to military service. They're only dealing with presumptions that you got the condition while you were in country. If you have prostate cancer and you are a Vietnam veteran and you were in country in the areas that they say, it's assumed that you got that prostate cancer from there. But if you went into the military with prostate cancer, you know, that's a different thing. That's a different thing. Yes. Remember, presumptive illnesses deal with causation, saying that Vietnam caused the prostate cancer, right? Aggravation deals with you had the condition prior, the military service made it worse. Look what Gary say, take me to school, H-Town. That's what I'm here for. And I don't even have a Class B license. Family, that's what, see, this is what we here for. We are blessing other people in the room. Huh? They don't want, some people say, I don't want to hear that old Southern accent, but you want this information because I'm giving it from my heart. The family is giving it from their heart. Now, Lifestyle Changes says, I don't know why they rush. It's not like they are going to get fired. Talking about the VSOs, I'm thinking. The VSOs rush and the VA slows down. Ain't that something? What they say, baby, we can do it. Take your time, do it right. Huh? Look, everybody, Crimson Alumni 04 say, hey, y'all, peace. Everybody show love to Crimson. Betty Bob say, Alaskan. She said Asian ice. Look. She said Asian ice. I'm gonna get you for that. I heard she said, I'm gonna just say Alaskan ice. I heard the same thing from the examiner. Now, Betty Bob, you gonna call me Ghetto H-Town? Now, love say, I'm just messing with your sister. Army George is right. VA has their own language, buzzwords. Whoever is helping the claim needs to write in VA language. Let me ask you this, Black Ambrosia. Do they have, when it comes to adjudicating claims, a claims adjuster, are there certain buzzwords that they for in the medical statements from the doctor? Let us know, sister. Now, Betty was saying, how does Crimson 04? Now, listen what she says about if you're in more than one accident. She said, I'm not sure what the key words are looming for, okay? I work on the back end of the claims in I don't know how you say that. Subrogation. I investigate the claims to determine if there is an adverse third party to pursue to get money back. Wow. So check this out. Check this is cold game here, family. So let's say, and I've seen this happen. Let's say I'm gonna come up with a serious one. Let's say it's a domestic violence thing. A woman goes into a hotel to get away from an abusive other, and she's at the Marriott or something like that, the Hilton, a hotel, and she goes in there and she gets attacked or pushed down. Let's say she don't get really harmed, but she, meaning they don't take her life. They hurt her. When they push her down, let's say the man she sues, he ain't got no money. They may choose to go after who? The hotel. Huh? So let's say this has happened. Somebody hit your car and push you into the ice cream truck. The person that hit your car didn't have no insurance, so you sue the ice cream truck. That's happening. Is that what you're talking about? Let me know. Saying hello to everybody. Hello. 25 likes and 28 watching. Family, we doing this thing. It's a trap, H-Town. Yeah, you can say it. I'm gonna have to put parentheses around it. Stay focused, H-Town. Okay. I don't know what I did to get off. I'm sorry. I thought I was focused. Lifestyle Change say, that's for that information, Black Ambrosia. Thanks for that information, Black Ambrosia. Thanks, Black Ambrosia. From Charleston, Lifestyle Changes. Then Betty Bob says, Charleston has quotes. Yes, he do. He said, H-Town, I special. Oh, yeah. They wouldn't let me put the word trap in there. I put trap. They say it's a spam word, and they told me that's probably why YouTube wouldn't accept it. That hurt my feelings. Now, Lifestyle say he capitalized. He did, and he had quotes around it. I don't want to take the chance because I don't take rejection well, huh? I'm sensitive. Betty Bob say, H-Town, it worked for me on that word trap. See, why y'all trying to make me feel bad? It's my channel, but I can't say trap, but y'all can. I put it in just like she had it right there. I'm feeling some kind of way. Now, Charleston say, yes, shipmate. We Navy got special rights. I bet y'all do. Special words and all that too. Now, Army George says, on my secondary condition, I have also asked a private doctor to give me a letter, the nexus I needed to get approved for my claim, as least as likely. That's key words. Least as likely as not. So if they got a rule on your behalf, if it's least as likely than not that it occurred in the military. Huh? Key words. Come on now, 5149. Better about say exactly. The Navy always supporting each other. Love say great information, Black Ambrosia. And Betty Bob saying how to Army George. Now let's keep it going, family. Then Black Ambrosia say, if there are two separate MVAs in two separate vehicles, I guess she's talking about accidents, vehicular accidents, motor vehicular accidents. And, she's using that terminology. I used to get nervous when women could use all them big words. I back in the day, I didn't even like a woman looking at her pictures in the book. It would make me upset. Oh, yeah, I'm just joking, family. And he was a passenger. He will file a claim on both carriers, and the carriers will have to work together on who is going to pay for what treatment. Is it possible? Is it possible that they can get paid from both ones? They can get a settlement from both companies. Now, Betty Bob say no medical, and then no medical evidence. Dallas say medical evidence. Now, Coasty say I had a final exam, but So we're talking about if you were in the military, did you get a medical exam on the way out? I didn't. Neither did Betty Bob's. Dallas had a medical exam. Let us know what year it was, Dallas. Posty said, I had a fine exam, but they didn't test hearing. Betty Bob says, no, I was on medical leave for a month. When I came back, I started the process out. Okay. I thought I'm staying focused. He said, I'm staying focused. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Get me right so I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Lifestyle change say, no, the Raider. Now listen, say it. Hood Town. It's that spell check. See, they trying to get on me. Yeah. Hood Town. Not H-Town, Hood Town. Okay. Now listen to what Black and Bro say. Black and Brosia says, all insurance carriers have a team of attorneys, doctors, special police officers, didn't know that, employed nationwide. What? I didn't know that. I thought they just worked in certain states. You say nationwide. We have access to a portal that will allow us to put in your license plate and search your cars. I wonder, does the VA have that type of information? What do y'all think? If you think the VA can search up on your personal life, remember they was asking me when they was trying to do the apportionment, they want to know if I had stock or not, if I was married to someone that's not. They want to know all that. Do you think the VA has access to how many cars we have? Like Black and Brosia saying here, what do you think? Now, Lifestyle Change said, I was speaking in reference to the quotas. Okay. Black and Bro say, if she was assaulted in a hotel property by a guest, then the hotel will have to pay no matter what. What if they're at a honeymoon, sis, and it was a spouse or the female hit him? All right. If the guest has charges filed on them, we can pursue the guest as well. Come on now. Now, Black and Brosia, they will definitely get a settlement from both if both are found to be at fault. Oh, you can get 2 settlements. Okay. Now, Lifestyle Changes say, yes, I did. 1983. That's a long time ago. You got a physical exam. Were you getting out on medical though, bro? Now, listen to what our brother says here. Military Mike got out recently. I believe last year. Military Mike says, I had a PHA, periodic health assessment, and monthly prior to my ETS date. Okay. And then Betty Bob says, we have 26, I'm loving this, 26 likes and 27 watching. Oh, this is great. Now, family, let's get back. I'm caught up. My anxiety was bad because I wasn't caught up yet. Yes, getting out. Okay. That's back in 83. Now, listen, I didn't know they did them back then. Charleston says, Military Mike, I thought it had changed in 1980 at some point. Yeah, I didn't know that. Boy, that's why we talking to each other. Watch out for the traps, family. So what do you do? What do y'all do, Black and Brosia? I'm going to ask everybody else too. Black and Brosia, if you find out that the person got injured, but it was a scam, how do you process that? When you're fighting on their behalf, but you find out they do these slip and falls or they created the accident, what happens? Who's responsible if y'all have already paid the person the money and then you found out that it was a fraud that they were doing, an insurance scam that they were doing? Do you sue them for the money back or what? What do you, if you know about that? Now, Charleston says, Military Mike, okay, I thought it had changed by the ages. Okay, I said that. Not for the Army. 26 likes and 27 watching. Family, we like, what about, that's what I'm saying. Another thing you got to worry about is scams, family. Okay? On your journey. Who in here, if you've been scammed, how much money have you been scammed out of, or you feel that they didn't do the work that they said they were going to do? $50, $500, $20. What somebody said gonna help you and they didn't follow through. It could be one of these unaccredited claims companies. Let us know. Let us know. Now, another thing to get people is greed. We got to be careful. Now, listen to what I'm saying. It don't mean you did something illegal. You just got, well, here we're talking about illegal. But if you focus, we'll talk about it a little later, just focus on the money. We ain't talking about nothing illegal. But if you do something illegal on your road, that make it hard for you to file a claim in the future. So try to be as honest as possible. Road to the success, family. Now give us a few things that those of you that became successful in your claim, tell me 2 or 3 things that you did. Tell a family here that eventually got you to your road to success so we can help other people. Huh? Now listen what Black and Broja say. If fraud is found on a claim. See, this is what I'm talking about, family. Oh, doggone. This is so learn here, peep game. If fraud is found on a claim, then the carrier is going to investigate like the feds and stack up as much evidence that can prove it and send them people after you. They don't play behind fraud. And you know when she say the feds, remember the VA is the Fed. Remember what happened to them 10 people? They was investigating most of them for 5 years. They let them get all the money they can get. And then they want all their money back because they want to have a strong case. So it's the same way what our sister Black and Broja is saying. Now, Military Mike say, do you mean like poking the bear? No, that's not fraudulent. That's okay. You can poke the bear. We're going to talk about that in a minute, poking the bear. Not yet. So success, how were you able to be successful in your claim? Did you get the right representative? And people like Brother Army George, you did your claim on your own. What was 2 or 3 things that you did that made your claim successful? For me, I learned how to take my evidence and back it up with VA law. So when I put that on give me a second. Give me a second. All right, I have my family doing little stuff for me. A family thing, y'all family, and I'm talking about my family at the house. My daughter studying for a second accounting test. My niece studying for a teacher test. Now, success. Give me 1, 2 things that made you successful. I stayed consistent, and my information was consistent. I didn't contradict myself. Now look, everybody show love to Scott and Isis World. Listen to what he said here. I am still waiting in step 5 for 3 claims I did myself and a supplemental claim. Now listen. Thank you. I was thanking my family. If you have an open claim, let us know. Who in here has an open claim right now? Who in here has an open claim, family? Let us know if you have an open claim. And if you're done with the claim process, for now, put done in there. Or put that emoji, that check mark for done. Put that check mark emoji for done in the chat. Who has an open claim, or you done with all your claims? Come on. Charleston has an open claim right now. Put open claim. Don't say I do. Put open claim in the chat. Who has an open claim? Costa has an open claim. Let's see. We'll explain it later. Right now, I just want to know if you got an open claim or not. Now, let's see. Gary said, and we're talking, let me get back up on the full screen because I can read things a lot easier. Learn how to build the 3 key elements of each claim: diagnosis, severity of symptoms. All right. Yeah, the 3 elements is diagnosis, service connection, and he just put it in a different order. Okay, diagnosis. The second one should be how to tie the diagnosis to your military circuit. And the third one is the severity. Once you establish you have a diagnosis and you tie that diagnosis to your military service, then they measure the severity. Real talk, Gary. Now, Black and Bro say hi, Scott, in ISIS world. Betty say hi, Scott. Now listen to what Charleston said. No military might, not like MEPS, AFES, enlisting exam. Oh Lord, yeah, y'all just be saying some crazy stuff. So let's see who have an open exam right now, and tell us what we can do to help you here. What advice you would like from us? Because we here. Where are you at on your VA journey? That's the question for the night. Is like I used to tell the ladies back in the day, girl, it's all about you. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, if I had a woman like you, I wouldn't treat you like that. Was I dirty macking? Huh? Tell me your story, girl. I'm here. Now listen, Gary said, I filed my own claims. Did you hear Gary? Okay, if you filed your own claims, huh? If you file your own claims, put a 1 in the chat. If you file your own claims by yourself with no assistance, put a 1 in the chat. Okay, Coach said, hi, Scott. And then Lifestyle said, I do. I don't know. And then Love say, hello, Scott and ISIS. Let's see what he say. Open claim. So right now, Charles have an open claim. Coach have an open claim. Dallas has an open claim. Betty has an open claim. Lifestyle has an open claim. Dennis Sitter has an open claim. Alaskan Ice, praise the Lord, is done. I thought you had some high level reviews. I thought you had to check on that effective date. Did you file a claim on the effective date? Or you done with that Alaskan Ice? You thought I forgot, didn't you? Now listen to Garrett. Open, high level review, and supplemental. So 1. What did I say 1 for? I forgot what I said 1 for. Now let me go back to the information that y'all put out. Now look, Military Mike said, I apologize as this may seem offensive to some, but my wife was able to articulate on code with the schedule of ratings, and they listened to her. I don't see how you have to apologize for that. People need to hear that. Now listen, Lifestyle Changes say, that's your story, that's your journey. We here to tell your journey, and that's your journey. I can't have you modify your story. Now we telling our journey, you tell it just what it is. You're not giving people advice. You telling them Now tonight is how your story went. We can't modify your story. Now, Lifestyle Change say greetings, Scott and Isis. Okay. Let me see. Say great information, Gary. Let's see. Betty Bob say, oh, I asked, did y'all do it? You did it yourself. Who did that? Put a 1 in the chat if you did your claim yourself that got you to wherever you satisfied with. Who did the claim themselves? Their last claim themselves, the one that got you to 80 or 100%. Who did it themselves? You know, or did the whole claim thing themselves? Betty Bob say, Military Mike, you have your spouse support, and that relieves a lot of pressure. Yeah. See, tonight, you're not giving advice, you're giving your story. So you tell your story. Huh? Other people say, well, that ain't how it was for me. That's okay, because you're not giving them advice. You tell them what works for you. So we need to hear that. Now listen to what Scott did his own claim, Gary did his own, and Betty Bob did her own. Charleston did his own. Now let me get back up here. Army George say, number 1, this is some advice that he giving you when it comes to your claims. Evidence, good CMP exam, good nexus. If a secondary condition, M21, study the law. Study the law. Now listen to what Scott and Isis World says. Mine were fully developed claims with nexus letter and DBQ. So the nexus letter shows a connection between his military service and his condition, current condition. The DBQ was an outside, what they call public DBQ, that he had filled out by an outside doctor. Huh? So he walked in there with the evidence, the nexus letter, any other medical evidence, and the completed DBQ, I'm assuming. But they still ordered a CMP exam. That's called, tell me when he has a fully developed claim and they order another CMP exam anyway, and all the information is that needed to make a decision is right there. What do we call that? It's 2 words. You got a fully developed claim or a what? Blank, blank. Let us know what it's called. Put it in the chat. We have 26 likes and 27 watching. Family, we not playing there. She say they went back 2 years, so she got that resolved too with her backpack. Now, so she's done. Now, Lifestyle Changes says, much respect to the wife. Yes, indeed. And you need to one day, you might have to break that down, how y'all were able to do that and help other people, Military Mike. We might have to get you to tell how that worked, how y'all were able to make it effective, okay? That's why I say we don't dismiss your experiences. It's just that I know how trolls are and people, well, this here, that, there, you know, people. That's why I talk the way I do, so can't nobody, because they'll come back and say, H-Town, when I told my story, I told how it was. Well, H-Town, that ain't how it worked. Look, I just told you what happened to me. And see, what happened with me, laws have changed now, so I was just telling my story. So it may not relate to people now, but some may. Now, Black Ambrosia says, for those of you that own your home and have what's HO insurance, homeowner association insurance, homeowners insurance. Okay, homeowners insurance. Make sure you have any cracks or damaged property blocked off from any visitors or delivery people, because if they are injured and file a claim, guess what? You know, God had you say that. Guess what I'm about to do, Black Ambrosia? I'm about to dig up My main drain, that's what I was having a problem with. I want to dig a hole, but I'm at dig by 3-4 feet right next to my driveway. So I say, well, if I dig the hole, because I'm going to take time doing it, it may take me 3 or 4 days. I put a piece of plywood over top of it. But what if somebody comes through there in my yard when they don't supposed to be there and walk and fall in that hole? Let me ask you this here, Black Ambrosia. If I have cactus and somebody gets stuck coming into my yard, is that my fault if they get stuck by the cactus? So Scott handled his own. Black Ambrosia say, the carrier is coming after you. Make sure you have warning signs and precaution signs up, making people aware and to watch their step. Wow, you can get sued. That helps when a claim in filing your insurance, because I didn't know that the package delivery people can sue me too. Thank you. Love say, that's great information, Military Mike. You should share your information. You will help a lot of people. Well, we gonna, if with his permission, one day we're gonna get him to talk about it. If you're comfortable doing that, or you know what I'm saying, let us know if you ever want to tell us how you do it. I can actually, you don't have to show your face if you don't want to. I'll do it like I do other people where you just talk and you can tell, you know, you're welcome to do so. Okay. Lifestyle change say 1 and 2, but now I'm desperate. I hear you. Now listen, love say, so true, H-Town, talking from your own experience. That's why I just want to make sure that you're letting people know that you're talking from your experience, because some people say, well, I thought you said this would work for everybody. So you don't want to be falling in no trick bag with people. No, you said, no, it's just talking to me, talking about me and what worked for me. Now, Gary says, Military Mike, awesome that your wife had your back. Yes, indeed. That really helps. Betty Bob say, Elf, that's what it is. Lifestyle Change said, if you have a fully developed claim and they take you in for a CMP exam after you've already done a public DBQ and you got all the evidence you need, that's overdevelopment. Watch our video on overdeveloped claims. Now, Military Mike sounds like good teamwork. Yes, indeed. Overdevelopment. That's right. That's what it is. If you, they don't post overdeveloped claims, I'm telling you. Betty Bob say 27 likes and 28 watching. Family, this is amazing. Now, love say, H-Town, stay focused. What do you keep saying stay focused, man? You gonna tell me what you're talking about? Because I don't know what you're talking about, stay focused. I'm just talking. I don't know what you're talking about, stay focused. Now, you got to explain yourself, love, because I don't know what you mean by stay focused. Because I'm just talking about this, I think. Let me know what I'm not focused on. Now, Black and Bros say they will order an independent medical examination by and so-called unbiased doctor to make sure the medical findings are the same. Now, Military Mike says, Black Ambrosia, does that apply to individuals who are not welcome or invited on the property? I'm assuming she's saying you got to put signs up saying that. And I guess I'm about to throw some more into the game, family. What about if you have a dog that bites somebody and the worker crosses the fence? I saw that on Judge Judy. Now, Charleston says, Black Ambrosia, yes, and snow clear in 24 hours by local ordinance for us in the north. So if you don't clear that snow, that could be a problem. Now, Black Ambrosia said, no, they wouldn't when it comes to plants unless they fell into the cactus due to damaged property that caused it. So yeah, if I have cactus plants and they just jump all the way over where my plants at, that's on them. Now, wow, that's good information. So it had to be something, let's say it was slippery or something other defect in my property that caused them to fall on the cactus. But just the cactus being there themselves in the garden, that's not enough. Y'all learned something here. Thank you, Black Ambrosia. Now, Lifestyle Change says, I just had it done to me for the 5th time. What is that happen to you? Overdeveloped claim? Now, listen to what Love say. I know mine is overdeveloped. How do you know that, Love? Let us know. Betty Bob say, H-Town, I explained that earlier, how the VAB is wasting time ordering those CMP exams. You did say that, sister. Now listen, all visitors, guests, and invitees, aka delivery persons, can file on your insurance if injury on your property. You need to have a no trespassing sign posted in full view. Will protect you from uninvited guests. Now check this out. What if I have hedges where you got to walk up, because you got to walk up my driveway and then walk through some hedges to get to my front door? What if I put a little gate there? Would that protect me, and to have a sign telling them just to put the boxes over the little gate? The gate will only come up to their waist. Will that protect me at all? Say, H-Town, you go off the rails on trolls. Did I say something about trolls? If I did, I apologize. I thought I didn't say nothing about trolls lately. This time, I don't think I said anything. I'm innocent, love. Now, lifestyle changes, yes. Okay, family. Now, that's something. I learned something new today. Okay. So successful claims are very important. And let me tell you, what finally, when you get your breakthrough on your claim, that's when your confidence, when you get that first rating, because I thought I'd never get service connected. I've been denied about 5 times. Now listen to what Black Ambrosia says. She say, for dogs, you need to have a sign posted alerting a dog is on the property. If the dog is aggressive, the dog needs to be secured, because if it bites someone, you will get sued. Yes, indeed. And do you have to notify your insurance that you have a dog and let them know that? And let me ask you, does the same thing work for cats? Now, listen, family. Delivery drivers are always bit by dogs. The man was on Judge Judy. Betty Bob said there's 27 likes, 22 watching. We thank y'all, family. This has been an incredible night. Really, I've enjoyed it. H-Town, I smell a rat with the VA. It don't take this long to say no. Have they give you any reason? Now listen to what our brother says. One last note about my journey. Brother, you can give as many notes as you want to tonight, because this is y'all. Tell me about y'all journey. It's all about y'all. No one last note. You say as much as you need to say. My wife did so much talking. The VA awarded me special monthly compensation, aid and attendance automatically. Come on now. Charleston said, Black Ambrosia, how my homeowner insurance asked if I have felony. Okay. Now I say, why my homeowner's insurance asked if I'm a felon last year, new policy. Do they ask if you're a felon, sister, Black Ambrosia? They asked him, was he a felon last year? Now listen to what Black Ambrosia says. It would be very smart to put your dog on your homeowner's insurance. They will ensure a minimal payout to a person who is bitten by a dog, but not cats, right? I'm asking, love, say, great sharing, Military Mike. Everybody show love to Military Mike for speaking his truth. And I thank God for all of y'all speaking your truth. Now listen to what Betty Bob say. Amazon doesn't have to deliver your package if your dog is out. But they may not see the dog. And the dog may come around the corner once they get to the porch. That's what happened to the driver on Judge Judy. Now, text messages is sent from Amazon telling you to secure your dog. Wow. Oh, they cover themselves. Lifestyle changes say, thanks, Military Mike. A lot of people are impacted by Military Mike's story. Military Mike, you might have to consider, if you want to share, tell us how you did it one day. We can have a broadcast talking about that. Because a lot of people are inspired by your story, your journey. Now, whenever you're dealing with the VA and they make a decision, start with why. Always ask why. When they say they want evidence, what other evidence? Why they want more evidence? I got a full developed claim. Always, and when they give you a decision denial, why they denied you. Look on your forms in a decision letter and ask why. Now listen. Coaches say, thanks, Military Mike. Now listen here. Black Ambrosia says, the only time I have never known the carrier to ask if the policyholder is a felon is because of the high amount of policies they were increased into. Okay, so they want to see if you were doing a chicanery or scam. You asking, you trying to increase it. They thought it may have been a scam or something like that. Let us know. Come on. Remember why? And you asked the question, why is the VA asking me for another to go to a CMP exam and I already have a completed DBQ? And you ask them why. Now, remember, when you're dealing with the VA in anything you're dealing with in life, you need a strategy. And that's what you develop through experience or listening to others. You need to execute that strategy to be successful. Now, family, remember we went over this last night. VA pay to play scheme. These are other things. Have you ever felt like the VA did something illegal or fraudulent when it comes to your claims? Do you think that's a common thing where the VA is doing illegal stuff behind the scene when it comes to approving or denying your VA claims? Let us know. How big of a problem do you think that is? And another thing on your journey, knowing the VA claims process. Let us know if when you started the VA claims process, you knew it from the beginning, or you found out during the journey, or you found out at the end. Let us know. When did you learn about the VA claims process? Now, another thing that's real important is having your records. See, for those of you that are new, you need your records. You need to know the VA claims process. Let me go back a little bit here. You need to have your records, okay? Army George say to get on primary care 1 of 7 with the VHA. Now, Veterans Healthcare Administration. And you need to learn that process. If you're going to win the claim, you need to focus, have evidence, law, and put in the proper request, family. And this is for the new people, because some people need to know this. These are all videos that we have you can find on the YouTube channel. Scott and Isis World say, I found out at the beginning by watching about 50 videos on YouTube. No cost to vets. Get informed. Now, and it's important for those that are watching, maybe new to the channel, you need to know the process, and it's somewhat these steps. Focus on what you're trying to file or claim. Know if you're filing for a increase. What's the other thing you can file for? Increase, presumptive, direct claim, which is a primary claim. Find out what kind of claim you're filing, what you're going to be claiming. Are you going to be claiming one thing or a lot of things? Then your evidence. Then back the evidence up with VA law. Submit your claim. Either you're going to get a diagnosis, what our brother was saying earlier, a diagnosis, the nexus, and a measurement of the severity level. Now let's see. Army George say no cost to veterans. Found out during. So now, who in here feels that they could, right now, that you could file a claim on your own? Huh? If you feel like you could file a claim with no assistance, or if you feel, put a Y in the chat, put yes in the chat. If you feel like you could file a claim with no assistance, that you can do that you have a confidence that you can file a claim based on your knowledge level now on the claims process. Now, there is so much free VA information on the internet. Who feel like that they could file a claim on their own? Now, we want to know, did your journey get you to where you can do this thing? I feel I could. H-Town vet. Isis World, Scott in Isis World said he did it. Yes. Who feel like, come on, let me know if you feel, if you had to go to bat with the VA again, could you do it? If you had to file another claim for something else. Dallas said, McQuay says yes. Then we got Charleston says yes. Oh boy, I see the confidence in the room. Like what Love say? Stay focused, H-Town. I'm like, what I do? Now, Alaska Knight says yes. Now, then Betty Bob say yes. Now I'm going to ask you honestly now. Can I ask you honestly? And Kevin's in the room, family. He says, good evening, veteran family. Show love to him. Now, what the J stand for? Now, let me ask you this here. What type of claim do you feel that you would need assistance on? What type of claim? I'm gonna put in the type of claim that I would want to get help with. Okay. What type of claim? Would it be for an increase, an appeal? What type of claim? The one that I wouldn't feel comfortable doing by myself is special monthly compensation. Which in here do you feel, or you can tell me what claims you would not feel comfortable doing. Let me know which claim you would not feel comfortable doing by yourself. Now, Love said, I would not file on my own. I use the information to add to what I have. Okay. Now, what type of claim would you not feel comfortable filing on your own? Let us know. That's what I want to know first. Is there any type of claim? For me, a special monthly compensation claim, I wouldn't feel comfortable. Y'all keep greeting each other. Now listen what Charleston say. He would not feel comfortable filing an appeal for denial of a claim. He would not feel comfortable. Kevin say he wouldn't feel comfortable doing an appeal by himself. Is there anything in here? Army George, is there any type of claim that you wouldn't feel comfortable filing? Alaska Nights, that you would get help from a lawyer? What about the PAC Act? Would you feel comfortable with that? Is that even though you feel comfortable doing Betty Bops, is there any type of claim that you wouldn't feel comfortable filing by yourself? Dallas, what about you? Is there any type of claim, Scott and Isis World? Are there any type of claims that you wouldn't feel comfortable filing by yourself? Coastie, Army George, Charleston. And I want to ask you, Black Ambrosia, have you ever had anyone represent themselves without a lawyer when it comes to filing the claims? So Military Mike saying appeal, and I'm just letting them do the greetings. Betty Bob saying appeal, and I'm going over the greetings. Lifestyle saying appeal. We might have to get who in here now I want to ask. Now, no, none from the Army George. So Army George, I'm putting a terror claim. They wouldn't feel, who in here feel that they're good? Now listen to me. This is where we help each other. Now follow what I'm saying. Who in here, because Brother Dallas said he wouldn't feel comfortable filing a terror claim. He said all SMC and aid and attendance. Let me ask you this here. Who in here feel like they're very good? Who've ever won a terror claim? Who in here on their own has won a claim without assistance for SMC and aid and attendance? Let us know if you did it on your own. Have you ever won an appeal by yourself? Because these are the ones that people say that they have concerns and doubts about. Army George, have you ever won an appeal on your own? And what type of advice would you give them? Put the word appeal in there and tell us how you were able to navigate and do that. Anybody in here ever had a terror claim that was approved and that they did on their own? And how were you able to get it done? Help out our brother Dallas. Many said that they have issues, they wouldn't be able to do appeals by themselves. What advice would you give all these people that say they have issues with doing appeals by themselves? What advice, why you feel comfortable doing it? Let us know. Betty Bob say, Charleston Zimmerman, I have to say it. I hope I'll do better job than Dougie with backup evidence. Now, love say, appeal, VAB, Federal Court of Appeal claims, and Supreme Court claims. That's some serious stuff. U.S. Supreme Court. And they talking Betty Bob should make trigger Sunday. Okay. Now, my claims are workers' comp, and they're always an attorney. Okay. Do y'all work with the attorneys or with the you work with the attorneys directly, I'm assuming. Okay. Black Ambrosia, good evening from Kevin. Okay. Then Lifestyle say funny, Charles. You know he always cutting up. That's them sailor jokes. Now, Army George say PTSD, mine was depression, but all are rated the same mental health. Now, that was the appeal he did. And then they said hi to each other. Oh, okay. Betty Bob said, I'm gonna let y'all say that because I ain't gonna put that on because they working it out. I would rather let an attorney take care of mine. I feel more comfortable. Let me ask you this here. If you had to use an attorney dealing with your claim, anybody in here, what type of claim would you use an attorney for? I'm gonna tell you, if I use an attorney, this is where I feel comfortable using an attorney. And y'all tell me what would you use an attorney to help you with? I would use the attorney on a PACT Act claim. Now, Black Ambrosia, do y'all pay the lawyers directly, or y'all pay the person that get the claim, and then the lawyer settlement comes out of that? Do the lawyers get paid first? So I would get a lawyer for the PACT Act. Kevin say he would get a lawyer for an appeal. When would you use a lawyer? He say none at times. I give the attorney advice. LOL. Oh, this man, listen here. You understand what I'm saying? Oh man. He said I get attorney advice. But remember, for those of you that are new to the channel, those of you who want refresher, we have videos on all these. Focus, evidence, focus on what you're claiming, get your evidence together, find the law that backs your evidence up, submit your claim, make sure you have the disabled veteran checklist. You have to have a diagnosis, a nexus, which is a connection between your military service and your injury or condition. Then you need a measurement of the severity level. Now, they may or may not make you go to an exam. If they do, you got to, it has to show that you have the condition. Then you always ask for an update if the claim is moving slow. And if you get the denial of your claim, file an appeal, and hopefully you stop once you get it approved. Now, listen, if you've used an attorney in here before, come on, put a L in the chat for lawyer. If you used an attorney before, put an L in the chat for lawyer. Come on, let us know. Now, listen, Lifestyle Change say, I have used attorneys for being severed. It didn't work out well. Now, let's see here. Now, Black Ambrosia said, I work along with attorneys, with the attorneys. All workers' comp settlements have to be negotiated because the carrier gets paid before the claimant, because the carrier pays the medical bills and gets a percentage back. What is the carrier? Who's the carrier? Talking about the insurance company? Who's used a lawyer? And if you put an L in the chat if you've used a lawyer before to help you with a VA claim or with an insurance claim. Now, Lifestyle Changes say 3 years later, I am still getting denied. Well, we're going to try to make that work. Now, listen to say, and I'm happy. She said we got 29 likes and 26 watching. Okay, insurance carrier. Okay, insurance carrier. Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you a serious question, Black Ambrosia. This has always confused me. Maybe you can explain it. What if two people have the same insurance and they have a wreck with each other? What happens then? What happens when the insurance carrier covers both people? So if I have USA Insurance and the person I have a wreck with have USA Insurance, how does that work? Now, Kevin say the reason is that a lawyer is going to try to get you things that you didn't think you qualify for, especially SMC, special money compensation, because they specialize in it. Now, Coasty says he used a lawyer. Let's see what we got here. Now, listen what Charleston says. Appeal for environmentals, ship exposure. Now, that's specialized, and that takes a specialized lawyer that's familiar with that, right? Ship exposure. It doesn't fall under PACT Act as not developed overseas condition. Oh, because it's on the ship. Y'all have unique claims. Do they have specialized claims for people that are on a ship? What are some of the common conditions that if you're on a ship, what kind of VA compensatable disabilities that you can get? I know one of them is GERD, right? What are some of the other conditions that tend to be disabilities that are developed while being on ships for a long time? They don't consider ships as combat. I don't know about that. That don't make sense. Kevin Cobar Sr. Sue each other. Okay. Sue each other. Okay. Now, Army George say it takes time. I have studied the VA law over 7 years and still learning. What inspired you to do your claims on your own, brother? So family, that's the steps. Now, have anybody in here ever submitted all your evidence and the VA told you that that evidence was inadequate? Have you ever they say not enough information or the information is inadequate for rating purposes, like a CMP exam, a public DBQ? And did they tell you why? Did they tell you, Scott and Isis World, that your CMP exam, your public DBQ was inadequate, or they just scheduled you for the CMP exam, ignoring your public DBQ? Let us know. Now, Black Ambrosia says it doesn't matter because one of the drivers has to be at fault. Yes. And the person who was injured will be taken care of. Gotcha. Oh, look at you. That's what I'm talking about. Black Ambrosia, what if both drivers get hurt? I think one of them still going to be at fault though, right? I think they both might get taken care of. These are some very good questions, and we thank you, Black Ambrosia, for being so helpful. Now listen, what Love say, asbestos is one on ships. I saw claims on the internet, attorney advertisements. What are some of the conditions that are associated with ships? Couldn't it be contaminated drinking water? Another one on ships? Let us know. So when they tell you that you got inadequate evidence, you need to ask them why. They need to explain to you why. And if they don't, now listen to what our brother says. Charleston, he's a Navy man. Love asbestos. My ship is listed. So you should be able to file a claim with that, right? And have you heard anything about asbestos anymore? Black Ambrosia, do they still have claims like that in the civilian world? And remember, we talked about, for those people that are new, family, fully developed claims, if you got everything and they still send you to another exam or keep asking you for more information, that is considered an overdeveloped claim. Watch our video on this. And another thing that you can do that a lot of people don't know, VA claim substitution. Remember they told you, Love, that your father's claim died with him? No, VA claim substitution. And because once you be qualified as a dependent, you can be substituted to his claim. I think you substituted already. Love, let me know if you substituted into your dad's claim already. Let us know. Now listen to what Black Ambrosia say. They are both policyholders and medical is included in your policy. So if both are injured, both will receive treatment. Now one might be held at fault, but they still will receive treatment, like the one that's not at fault. Now, Army George, I was very interested in law and wanted to learn. I studied for 18 months before I put in my first claim, 0 to 100%, about 19 months. Now I'm going to ask you something, Black Ambrosia. I'm not trying to be difficult, my sister. What if both of them had the same insurance and both of them was legally intoxicated and they had a wreck with each other? How does that work? If both of them at fault, huh? One of them didn't have a license, but they got hit by somebody that hit them, but the one that's the victim didn't have no license. or they, let's say both of them was drunk. Let's stick with that. What happened in those special circumstances? And do you know any other special circumstances that there's different considerations? Now listen to what Charleston say. Love, yes, but be cancer from asbestos, sure win. Okay. So that's like a presumptive. Is that like a presumptive claim? So yes, you can. They tell you can't. That's misinformation, family. When we talk about misinformation that you can't file. Now, then people give you misinformation on the type of 100%. There are 4 types. A temporary 100%. Let's say you get injured and all you need a knee replacement, or you have prostate cancer, and that's a temporary 100%, and they remove your prostate, and so you're all better. So that's a temporary 100%. You lose it after you get the surgery, huh? But they will pay you for the residuals, any side effects from the condition. Like when they remove your prostate, you become incontinent, so you might have to wear diapers. So they pay for the residuals. Then that's a temporary 100%, but you're a scheduler 100%. Then number 2, you have a 100% permanent and total, the highest rating with the least restrictions. Now, then 3, you have what 3 and 4 falls under unemployability, meaning you have to be unemployable to get these 2. 1 is temporary, which is IU. Number 3, IU, individual unemployability, is temporary. TDIU is permanent, and you get the same benefits you get with 100% permanent total. However, you have more restrictions as far as when it comes to work, not being able to work. You can't work because it's unemployable. You can't work above the poverty level, and you have to work in a restrictive, sheltered environment. Now listen to what Lifestyle Changes says. Now, Lifestyle Changes, let me get up here where I can see this better. Now, Lifestyle Changes say, yes, Brother Charleston, VA has already conceded for my toxic exposure, including asbestos. Now, what branch were you in, Lifestyle? But no approval claim yet, still fighting. So you don't have no approval. They conceded it, but you waiting on your money. You waiting for that approval. Black Ambrosia said that's when the police investigation is considered to determine if both were CA. Now, Kevin said, I thought it was TDIU PTSD, permanent total. Yes, permanent total too. I did say it's a form of permanent total. However, they do have restrictions because TDIU is total disability, individual unemployability. That means that you have restrictions on being able to work. No restriction on the benefits. It's the same benefits you get for 100% permanent total, okay? So the one in red, you get the same benefits for 100% permanent total, but it's a schedule of 100%. You actually have a 100% rating. However, with TDIU, the differences are 3. Number 1, you're not 100%. You paid at 100% rate, and it's total and permanent. So you get the same benefits as 100% permanent total, but you don't actually have a schedule of 100%. You're like either 60, 70, 80, or 90, paid at the 100% rate, but it's permanent, meaning it's permanent, not likely to improve. So you're not an actual 100%, but paid at the 100% rate. That's the one thing. The second thing is that you have, if you work, you have to work in a sheltered work environment. They don't have that restriction for 100% permanent total. Another one is that you can't, if you do work, you can't work above the poverty level. With 100% permanent total, there's usually no restrictions on work. Okay? I know people work. Remember, some people that got laid off was 100% permanent total. I hope that is helpful. Love say, yes, H-Town, I am substituted. So he substituted in his father's claim, even though he was told by somebody else that he couldn't get substituted. I'm glad you kept looking until you found the right people. The VBA judge approved that already. Oh, so you straight. Now listen, Black and Bro say, sorry for the typos. I didn't see it. Lifestyle say Navy. So lifestyle changes. Can you help our brothers Charleston and Betty Bob's if there was asbestos on their ships? Are you willing to help us to send us some information on asbestos on the ship? Or you can come and chat with us and say something live when we go to a live stream, and you can tell us about it, or you can send us the information, because we want to keep up on what's going on with the asbestos on the ships. Please, because we want all of our Navy people that were on those ships to get what they're entitled to. Now, lifestyle changes say aircraft carrier, USS Ranger. Now, were there any other ships that had asbestos on it? What about the John F. Kennedy? Did it have asbestos? Now, Kevin say, H-Town, vet, I got TDI, I got it on TDIU. Yeah, you're permanent and total. However, remember, there are work restrictions. All right. And what is your, let me ask you this here, Kevin. What's your actually percentage? If you got TDIU, what is your actual percentage? Now, Kevin say, H-Town vet, everything has to be static. Yes, to be permanent and total, that means not likely to improve. It's static. The condition ain't going nowhere. But that don't have nothing to do with the work restrictions. That's separate. Oh, family, look what we've done again. Look, I did it again. I gave you my heart. Why was I listening to I like Old Crazy Girl? I ain't gonna call it. I'm sorry. I shouldn't call her crazy because she had some mental issues. I ain't mean that like that. What's her name? I forget her name. She's a very good singer from Louisiana. Betty Bob said 31 likes and 24 watching. Family, come on now. We made it over 30 again likes. Military Mike say, I work full time at 100% PNT. But that's what I said. Number 2, you can work full time. Number 4, you cannot. Am I clear? Family, y'all need to go back and watch the videos. Watch the videos. I know exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to this. What I said, just what you said, Military Mike. If you have number 2, 100% permanent total, you can work under most conditions. Even with 100% permanent total, there's some conditions you can't work. I'm not going to mention it here. Did you know that? Yes, indeed. So, but you can work with 100% permanent total. TDIU, there are work restrictions. You have to, I can't keep repeating it. Y'all just gonna have to watch the video. Y'all act like y'all don't know what I'm saying. Now, Lifestyle say yes. I've explained this on about 5 different videos. Now, Black Ambrosia says, I haven't worked any mold claims. Okay. What is the major claims that you work, sister? Yeah, Britney Spears. She a little crazy, but I don't like nobody picking on her because I see her as talented, you know. Exactly, Lifestyle. Navy didn't admit asbestos until after September 1980, after actor Steve McQueen died after exposure cancer. Hold on. Steve McQueen was in the Navy? And that's one of the reasons? Kevin say 91%. So this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Now let me see, listen to what Brother Kevin, let me come up better on the screen so we can get this straightening going here. I told you there are 3 differences between number 2 and number 4. Okay? Number 2 and number 4. Number 2, 100% permanent total, you actually have the percentage of 100. I'm 100% permanent total. I'm actually 100% for PTSD. All right? So let me explain. The permanent mean that it's static, not likely to improve. The total mean I'm paid at the 100% rate. Okay? TDIU, total disability, individual employability, you're not actually 100%, but paid at the 100% rate, and it's static, just like number 2. Both of them are static. Okay? So that means they're both permanent in nature. Did I make sense? Now, and we'll work it out. If we got to go back over that on another video, we'll have the information out. Good H-Town, we have enough experience here with VA to help each other out. We got some civilian help up in here too. And she say, Sister Bracken Bros say, Britney Spears and we are all a little crazy. I see you're crazy. I'll never deny I'm crazy. I'll never deny. Now, Charleston says, look, I'm 100% PTSD, so what can I say? But I look normal, don't I? Don't I look normal? Now, listen, Charleston said he was a Marine, ripped out asbestos 1952 on the ship. Oh, Marine, but on the ship. He said, yes. All right. Now, listen to what I'm saying. So our brother has TDIU. Brother Kevin. H-Town vet, I am 91 overall, still waiting on my DBQ. So you're not, okay, for vest. Okay, so you're not actually TDIU yet. You probably, you're not permanent yet because you 91. Or do you have TDIU though? Or you paid at the 100% rate? Do you qualify? Do your dependents qualify for Chapter 35 educational benefits? Do your dependents qualify for CHAMP VA healthcare insurance? That's how you'll know if you're permanent. Coasty say, my ship has asbestos. Do you have to have symptoms in order to file? It might affect your health and you may not see the symptoms right now. That's an interesting question. Let us know, the brother that was in the Navy too. Black and Bro say, I get a lot of MVAs and construction site injuries. Oh, okay. Now, what do they do if the person is an undocumented worker here in the United States and they get injured? Can they sue? Black Ambrosia? The craziest are the most normal. Wow. Lifestyle said, yes, Coasty. Can we get a list of the ships that had the Navy ships and the Coast Guard ships that had asbestos on them, that were large ships? So listen what he says. Charleston says, yes, Coasty, I have COPD emphysema. See, come on now. It's time for them filing claims. What can he do to help that, to deal with that? That's how. Now look what he said. H-Town vet, I am not TDIU yet, still waiting. Now they might give you 100% permanent total. It depends. Okay. Okay, Coasty say, okay, thank you, Lifestyle and Carlton. Do the Carlton dance. Now, I can't dance a lick. Lifestyle Change said, I will work on this week. Yes, so We're going to try to get that for the ships. And if you find some stuff, Brother Charleston, because I want to do a live stream about the asbestos on ships. We got to address everybody that your branch of service, any conditions. I didn't know. Steve McQueen was one of my heroes. He was the first, like, he was a real action star. You know what I'm saying? And it made me feel bad that he died so young. His movie Bullet was my movie. The Great Escape, all that. So, and Betty Bops and Brother Charleston, y'all get some information. And if y'all get anything, contribute it too. Now listen to what Black Ambrosia says. Yes, and it pisses me off. And I learned just how many businesses, small and large, employ illegals. Most of the farm employees employ them, and restaurant, construction sites, cleaning companies. Are they covered? And our sister say, okay, H-Town, thank you, Sister Betty Bobs. Now listen to what Kevin saying. H-Town vet, all my service-connected disabilities are static at that level. Now that's good. See, you can be static without being 100%. You could be static at 70%, 10%, but you want to get that static at 100%, and they can't never, that's you locked in. I ain't saying they can't take it. We're going to talk about that. Now listen to what Military Mike said. He got some information for us. Thank you. Listen, family, look it up. Battleships include the USS Alabama, the USS Arizona, the USS Arkansas have extensive use of asbestos. If y'all know any more, let us know. We're going to get the information. Any of y'all have been on any of these ships for even a short time? Now, Lifestyle said, same here, Charleston. I have asthma. They diagnosed me and then severed me 3 years ago. They severed. Wow. Let me ask this here. What about GERD? Isn't that something that happened on ships a lot? Black Ambrosia say a lot of small businesses definitely hire illegals. And if they are injured, they still are covered. And most hire Spanish lawyers to sue and leave the country after getting a settlement. Wow. They come get that payday and they wow. That the game has gotten deep. They get their money and say adios, or whatever their language is in their country. Now watch my road. Just like I was talking with our brother, Military Mike. Tell your story. I told my story. I made mistakes. People say, well, you can't put the mistakes in there. I can put whatever I want in there. Some things worked, some didn't. I told my story. So, brother, you can tell your story. Now, Military Mike say, many aircraft carriers, such as the USS America, the USL, I don't know how you say that, Antietam, the USS Bantam, the USS Bellum Wood contains asbestos. What we got to find some of the Coast Guard vessels that may have asbestos. Do they keep track of that like that, Brother Coasting? Now Charleston say all ships built pre-1981 used asbestos. That answers it. That when did they stop putting asbestos on ship? Totally. When did they stop putting them on ships? That asbestos. Now listen to what Alaskan Ice said. I mean, not Alaskan Ice. Black Ambrosia says, I keep saying a business should not be allowed to be insured if they are found to employ illegals. They should be reported to ICE. Listen, Republicans are not going to, these are Republican and Democrat white people. They're not going to jail for hiring illegals. That's not going to happen. So they be pouting they don't like illegals. They all up in these neighborhoods. Back in Sienna Plantation, they got all type of illegals in there working for them on a slave plantation. You hear me? That's what that is. That ground they love. They say we keep worrying about past, but they keep taking these plantations and making them doing weddings at them. So who's stuck in the past? And when that joker burned down over there in Louisiana, I was so happy. Tell me about no joke about that. We can't talk about slavery, take it out the books, but y'all going to sleep in slave plantations, trying to relive the experience of where black people were violated, raped, where they were murdered, where they were castrated, where they were hung on those trees. But you want to do a wedding right there? You sick jokers. But we don't live in the past. But they all crying on television. Well, it's a history place. No, when they was talking about the place, when they was talking about it, they didn't even mention slaves were there. And when they do mention slaves were there, down there in Louisiana by the Mississippi River, guess what they said? They were treated nice. They let them marry. They gave them health care. Oh, wow. Sign me up. Put me back on a plantation then. Shut up, fool. Now, love say, so true, Black Ambrosia. That's happening here. Yeah, 1987, that's the last year for the asbestos on the ships. Now, listen, lifestyle changes say, not to my knowledge, H-Town, I have that also, but they said that it was a symptom of something else. Now, boy, y'all giving us some good information. Now, yeah, they said, I'm telling you, over in Sienna Plantation, they got a gate to get into the neighborhood. Then the people on they property got a gate back there. So they don't have no rules. They get them people, they let them people have babies for free. We got to pay for everything we have here. You think that's fair? I'm an American citizen and they letting all these illegals have free babies. You tell me if that's fair. I don't want to hear it. Unless you're going to give me the same thing. I can't tell my daughter that that's okay. Because they trying to bring buffers in here to replace my children. No. Because they want cheap labor. That's why they not suing. So they not going to sue them people that own these farms because they white. You say, well, they let a few blacks do it because they let the white ones do it. Come on now. Them Republicans, the main one talking about, no, we're going to get rid of them. No, you got them working in your house, taking care of your children. Hypocrites. Fool, I live in Texas. I see it. You ride over in Sienna Plantation, it's like the Stepford wife. The kids are all on bikes, the red bikes going to school. So whenever we move to an area, they didn't find that area. Soon as enough black people get out there, they running the hell out of there, they move somewhere else. Whenever the percentage of, let me tell you this, if y'all think I'm making it up, listen, I'm staying focused. Listen to me. Whenever the neighborhood get enough black people in there or other people other than white, they move out. And guess what? If they do live in a neighborhood, there's going to be the old people and the young people. Ain't no teenage children living in my neighborhood that's white. Because when they get of a breeding age, they get their children the hell up out of here. Now, you tell me if I'm lying. I live in an extremely large neighborhood that's middle class. Huh? First thing they try to do is when they children little, it's cool. When they get about school age, they get the hell up out the neighborhood. You think I ain't noticed that? Tell me if I'm lying. It'll be one or two left here. The ones that can't afford to move in these other neighborhoods. Yeah, I'm telling you the truth. Now, when they are more percentage in the neighborhood, I wouldn't take my kids there because if they slap my kid around, they got enough of them. Ain't nothing gonna happen. They can call my child an N-word. They gonna write my child up. So trying to move into these affluent neighborhoods, and you better consider your children if you have children, if you black, because whatever happened to them, they not punishing no other children for your child. Are you crazy? I'm telling you what I know. Now listen. What did she say? I think, did I get you, brother? Our brother said, oh, the U.S. Navy stopped using asbestos in ships, new ships, in the early 1980s and began renovating existing ships to remove asbestos-containing material. That's interesting that you know that, because you, yeah, I'm telling y'all think I'm playing? They out here now, their kids are young. I'm telling you how they do it in Texas. They cool, ain't nobody hostile or nothing. It's old white people out here and young couples. And when them kids, you ain't gonna see no teenage white kids walking around here nowhere. When them kids get school age, they the hell up out of here. They making sure they don't learn how to like nothing else but them. Now listen, now tell me if I'm lying. And that's okay, do what they want to do. Now Black and Bro say facts. It's all lies. Everything is lies. I'm checking out. I refuse to play anymore. Now, immigrants are being used from both political parties. That's what I'm saying. If people come in here and they trying to get something, okay, that. But don't give them no health care that you ain't going to give me. You giving them because it benefits you, because you getting that cheap and free labor off of them. Huh? Say, well, hey, that ain't fair. Oh, you being racist. Oh, it's I'm white and I say so, huh? So whatever rule you want it to be, they get health care, but I don't, because that's welfare. You black people are this here and that there, but you giving other people all kind of money. And we built the country and pay taxes. That don't matter. We do it the way we want to. If they don't go sit down somewhere. Lifestyle say you getting triggered, brother H-Town. That's right. Let me tell you something. We served our country, all of y'all in here, whether you're black, white, female, Hispanic, whatever you are, you get first dibs on everything in this country. Your family been here, and that's why I tell everybody that's in the military, if you haven't got if you're not a citizen yet, you make sure you get it while you're in the military. I'm tired of veterans doing 20-something years in the military, but they so busy they don't have time to get their citizenship, and they end up getting deported if they get DUIs. Did you know that? I did a video on it. So I love them, but they should get their citizenship, and their family should be able to get their citizenship. Now listen, the facts are they are trying to romanticize slavery. It's an insult. Guess what? Another one burned in Louisiana, a slave plantation, the biggest one in the United States. You hear what I'm saying? Burn, baby, burn. Then they try to say it was a house in D.C. They had slaves in D.C. That joker burned too. And then the Confederate, now listen to me. Y'all may tell me you ain't got an answer, but y'all can speak up. On this, I don't have no problem with people having their own opinion. We cool. I respect whatever side you take. But I'm telling you, I'm just passionate. The Confederate Museum, a tree fell on it, just busted it all up. And we know people living in the past because every year they have a Civil War reenactment. Listen to me, who doing it? The Confederates. So why you keep reliving the Civil War? You living in the past, ain't you? And you lost. Make it make sense to me now. They tell me I'm living in the past, but they relive the Civil War every year. Tell me if I'm lying. So isn't that living in the past? And they lost the Civil War. They were traitors to the country. Man, if you don't go sit down somewhere. He said, see, Black and Bro say he triggered. But I'm just saying, I want us to be taken care of first, so when people come into the country, we can help them get right. But don't you sit here and tell me that I don't deserve nothing, and we fighting for these claims, and they nickel and diming us and giving people from Ukraine money, giving people from Afghanistan money. They not giving them a denial, they giving them money. But we gotta beg for our VA claims. Excuse me. Now listen what it said. Black and Bro say the facts are they romantic and insults? Yes. He say you're speaking facts, H-Town. All I know is to speak the truth. Black and Bro say triggered. And then Military Mike say it's true. They call it white flight. Yeah. And that's okay. What I'm saying is I don't have a problem with people being where they want to be at, but don't think I don't know. I'm from Houston, Texas. Downtown Houston was a ghost town. I was born in 1968. There was nothing downtown but a McDonald's. You listen to me. Other than office buildings, it was a ghost town. I could walk downtown for an hour or two and wouldn't see nobody in the 70s. There was a McDonald's. There was the theater. That was all abandoned because white flight, they left the area. And you got people mixing in, but guess what? The ones that got the houses just like mine, where they do all these, just like mine, but you go there, they nice. I had to go over there for something in that area, and they wave and they nice. Yeah, they cool. But don't think I don't know the game. Now, say H-Town, neighborhoods, welcome neighbors. Say, Mr. H-Town, neighborhood, welcome neighbor. Now, he say, I told my neighbors, y'all tell me if I'm crazy. I told my neighbors, y'all better stop messing with me. I'm gonna get in a lawn chair and get in front of the house and take the property value down. I'm gonna be sitting up there with a 40-ounce bottle and take your property taxes up, your property value down. Am I being messy? Charles say hi, Smith, H-Town triggered. I'm sorry. Love, you supposed to tell me get focused. Love, tell me to get focused now. Yeah, but I'm just saying help everybody. But why you gonna exclude other people? Black people homeless in California, but you can ride around as an illegal person with a driver's license. I was driving. Now y'all listen to me and tell me if I'm crazy. Y'all talk about insurance. I want you to listen to me. I was driving with my niece, taking her to her summer camp job. A man in a 350, it was an older one, with a trailer, smashed my truck from the back. Now you listen to me. I guess he didn't have no license. He must have been illegal. The police let him call his son. They used his son license like the son was driving the car. Make it make sense. Did you hear me? This happened in Conroe, Texas. I say, what in the hell? Would nobody give me this kind of deference? Huh? Now, what if I would have said the policeman lied on the report? What if I'd have said that? They want us to shut up and just go along with everything, but you want to slap us around, but you're going to have a buffer class that you want free labor. Stop exploiting people. Now, I looked it up. I'm through, y'all. Ain't nothing smart about it. I know how to research information. Now, I'm through talk fast. Let's get back focused. Now, MG Smith say family. Now, you have any open claims, MG Smith? Any open claims? Greetings, everybody saying. And then Chief Z for you. Everybody speaking to him. So true, H-Town. Yeah, I'm passionate, but I'm good people, man. But don't talk to me like I'm no fool. Get on that. Wait a minute. They don't come. Let me tell you what I know. Yeah, see, I peep game. I want y'all to understand something. You know why they go all the way overseas, all these good Christian ministries, these white ministries, they'll pass over over the hood and go straight overseas because they don't have the history with them that they have with us. And they're preparing the immigrants to come over here, so they go over there acting like they the savior. They can't come to our neighborhoods acting like that because we know what we're dealing with. They don't know God no more than we know God. So they don't come in our neighborhoods with food. We ain't trying to hear all that because we know it's some hustle behind it. Tell me if I'm lying. None of these ministries come to our neighborhoods. They go all the way overseas, go to the South America. Huh? Why is that? Tell me that. I thought black people are poor and suffering. Go sit down somewhere. Now listen, Black and Bro say, I'm sure that is designed for that purpose. You can be used to serve their purpose and to get rid of you for anything they want. See, I don't want people to be in the country and then if they scared that somebody's going to deport them if you don't do what they want, they can pay you whatever they want to pay you. I want them to have a pathway to citizenship. It's a win for the military. Now see. Oh, you talking about those claims? Greeting in H-Town, you are telling the truth. I don't know nothing but the truth. Y'all know me, I love everybody. But don't tell me that I'm a fool. Huh? Don't tell, I ain't no fool. I pay attention to stuff. When George Floyd got killed, fentanyl, they say, everybody saw the knee on his neck. See, that's one of the big things did not. Say, what about Ashley Babbitt that broke into the Capitol? Oh no, he shouldn't have shot her. That black police should go to jail. But she was doing a crime. No, I'm white and I say so. No. Huh? Well, why all the good people saying something? So if a group of black people, you notice everybody get quiet when we say this. If a group of black people say, hey, if I was to go into the Capitol, they shoot all us, nobody say nothing. Because they saying on their breath, yeah, Ian, we sure would. So our children learn by the age of 5 that they different. And don't listen to me. Look at the doll study. The black doll is bad. The teachers. The truth reenactment every June. So they reenact they lost. You know why they do it now? It's a military reason now. Because they're trying to learn what they did wrong so they can do it right. Well, the reason they lost the war was because black soldiers got involved. Black slaves got involved. The Northerners, now follow what I'm telling you. The Northerners, many of them wasn't from the South, and they wasn't fighting for nothing that they cared about for the most part. And they wasn't experienced with weapons like people in the South. White people in the South could hunt. But guess who else could hunt? People in the South. Now listen, my father came home from World War II. Now listen, and he was denied Montgomery GI Bill and housing rights here in Louisiana simply because he was black. And let me tell y'all something. See, I want to tell y'all the whole truth. Listen, family, we talking about our journey. Let me tell you something. Do you know here in Texas, the German soldiers who were captured in Germany and brought down here to Texas, the Bear Station, right down I-10, they got to eat in the front of the restaurant where the black people, the young black people that wasn't in the war, World War II, had to go to the back of the store. Jesse Jackson's daddy was in a parade. I mean, he was at a parade, and the German prisoners of war were in front of them, and they had to sit in the back. So even they had letters. They would tell, because the French, I'm not saying they weren't racist, during World War II, the French would let black people in their home, black, men in particular. And they was the white officers sent letters saying secret things you need to know about blacks. They're criminals. They grow tails at night. All this stuff. Did you hear what I'm saying? Nobody got the GI Bill. The modern subdivisions were invented by two brothers, the Levitt brothers. and they would not honor black people with the GI Bill. Okay? That's how we got into poverty. Served, but didn't get the same benefits. And everybody wants us to just stick our head down and act like it didn't happen, simply because he was black. Now listen, everyone that is an American citizen, government property. Hold on, everyone that is an American citizen is government property. Hold on, I thought, family, let me ask y'all this here. Let me ask you this. Do you agree with Black Ambrosia? We as military are government property. Do you believe that every citizen of the United States is government property, or just military people? If you believe that, who do you believe is government property? Civilians or military? Put it in the chat, or both. Let us know. Do you agree with our sister? Because this is an amazing thing. Do you believe that we are government property? Let us know. Do you believe that people that didn't serve in the military is government property? We do have a social security number. Isn't that like a prison ID? Talk to me. They can use their property any way they want to. Everyone is property, everyone, until we all see that there will always be a predator government. Let me ask you about that, family. How do y'all feel? Do you feel them having eminent domain where we own land and they can just come take it to build a railroad or a freeway through it? Is that fair? Let us know. Now you say, H-Town, LOL, you mixing in VA and immigration, you are focused. Now you supposed to say I'm not focused. You supposed to say I'm not focused. Say, I don't know what to do with love. He supposed to say, get back on topic. Oh man, everybody saying hi to our brother there. Chief, for you, H-Town, they go overseas to brainwash these people and then bring them back. And a lot of them be hostile to us. And you know what they say to a lot of them? I asked the Africans. You know what they say? I say, they tell you this here. You're not like the other black people. And you know what all Africans say? That's what they say to us. You so different. Man, give me my money. Now, Love say, military Mike, my father died waiting on his claim to prove. Who in here had a family member that had PTSD and or some kind of condition, but the VA never, they were older and the VA never approved their claim? Who in here had a family member? Now, listen, Charleston say, H-Town, tell it real. See what comes from old age. We get fed up. Who just got fed up with the government? Who got fed up with the VA? Why? What keeps you hanging in there, though, family? H-Town, you don't have any open claims? None. Anybody else in here, do you have any open claims? I have no open claims. Now, who, when they got their 100% permanent total, say, I'm not filing nothing else, whether it be special monthly compensation? Who, when you get your 100% permanent total, you're not going to file anything else? Put stop, put a stop sign, or put the word stop in the chat. Don't, hold on, I missed something. MG Smith, H-Town. I grew up in East Tennessee, so racist from the age of 5. I knew I didn't belong there, hated it, yeah. Now, and I'm like this here. I'm not gonna go into no honky tonk. We call it, that's what they call the little bars, the little country white bars, and be bothering people. They doing their thing. This dude went up in Mississippi, right on the border of Tennessee, talking the N-word in a black club. They didn't say nothing at first, but he come back in there pushing and swinging on people, and they folded him up. But the news say he was a victim. This white guy coming up acting crazy. So you supposed to just take that. No, you better take that somewhere else, because I shouldn't be calling nobody else out their name. Now, don't grow past 50. if you're smart. No, don't say that. Now we good. Now, Kevin, no, I don't agree with that. Okay. Now they say no, not the elite. So they say no. What was my question? I forgot what my question. Say no. Okay. Now, Kevin says, so who say when you get your 100% permanent total, you not doing nothing else? Let us know. I'm worried. I'm kind of stopped. I got to put stop in there. Now listen, Kevin say, what are the laws made for when, if we was government property? Well, y'all notice something. Now tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm lying, family. We as veterans are government property. And I'm sure civilians feel that way too. Can we sue the VA for malpractice? Can we sue the VA hospital as a veteran for malpractice and get millions of dollars? Can we? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat if you think we can sue the VA. Come on. I want something from everybody. If your veteran daddy or you go in there, veteran daddy or mother go in there and they get surgery and the VA does malpractice, can they be sued by the veteran for malpractice? If they die, the family. Let's see. Now let us know. Black Ambrosia, you chime in if you know. He said, hell no, I don't agree. I think the Illuminati and the elite are considered government property. Now, you're out of control, man. The Illuminati. Charlton say no, civilians get special treatment. Veterans always tied up with government property. Okay, but Black Ambrosia, some civilians say we property. Why do you feel that you're property, Black Ambrosia? I think you the one said that. Lifestyle, funny, love. So let me know, family, if you think that you can sue, because we're gonna get down to that. Say civilians is just another name for slave. See, she feels that way and she's a civilian, so she's telling you her truth. You are definitely property of the state. When you die, the state gets paid. Wow. But you have to buy life insurance in order to leave money to your family. Wow. Say once you get that 100%, MG Smith say you get 100% permanent total, stop. Say I had an in-law pass away. Respect, condolences. Say no. Kevin say, so now we're talking about now. Can you sue the VA? Kevin said no for malpractice at the hospital or the VA regional office for discriminating against you. No. But let's deal with the hospital first. MG Smith say no. Betty Bob say yes. Have you seen somebody sue the VA and win? The VA hospital for medical malpractice. You can file a claim for medical malpractice. Can the family member sue? Now that I don't know. Can the family member sue? But I don't think the veteran can sue the VA. Can a veteran sue the VA if you go in there for surgery for one leg, but they cut off the other one? Can you sue for that? Or you can get disability compensation? We need to do a whatchamacallit on that, a live stream. Kevin said yes. And family, I know I ran a little bit. Y'all know I love y'all. You know I don't want to run away. No people that's watching. And I don't try to make things racial, but we got to be true about what's going on because there's a whole bunch of fraudulent stuff going on now. Gary say yes, you can sue. Tell me why y'all think you can sue. Have you ever seen somebody sue? Tell me about a case where somebody sued the VA hospital and won. Anybody know of a case? Tell me about that case. Scott and Isis will say, yes, you can sue the VA. Coasty say, as a veteran, and I'm wondering as a veteran family member, let me know. Yes. How do y'all know that? Do y'all know of any cases? Give me a case where somebody sued the VA. Either the veteran sued them or somebody sued on the veteran's behalf. Now, Love say, yes, the law was just changed under Camp Lejeune. You now can sue the military. Yeah, the military probably, but I'm talking about the VA hospital, the Veteran Affairs part of the military. Now, yes, you can sue the VA for medical malpractice or other negligence under the Federal Tort Claims Act, FTCA. That sounds good. You teaching me something. We need to learn more about that. Send me some information about that, military Mike. Now, lifestyle changes. That was for the other question you asked. Okay. Sorry about that. Now, I did know that military, but I didn't know that military Mike. Military Mike, he had told us something about that before. That's why I asked. Military Mike say, look it up. Now, you're going to send it to me. Yeah, send it to me. I want to make sure I got the same information you got. I'm not his best researcher. I got knowledge, but I'm not the best researcher. So I want to see what you got and compare it to what I got. Love say, you can now, before no. Oh, when did it change, family? Military Mike, if you know, when did it change? Yes, the woman that was committed to the mental hospital ward against her will in Florida. Oh, please get me that case. Please let us know. Have you ever heard, Black Ambrosia, of any military being sued? Let us know if you ever heard of that. Any military like being sued by any veteran facility. Any veteran facility, not military, sorry. Charleston say no, even dependents can't sue the military, only if the government, federal government say you may. So we got different, we gonna have to get to the bottom of this. Give us some case law. Kevin say military Mike put us on game. Thanks, fam. Thank you. Y'all are very talented people. Now, oh, look here, family. Look what military Mike. Look it up, family. Conley Monk Jr. versus the VA. Come on. I fought the VA. Did he win? Now, I've never heard of that. See, that's why we got people, I'm learning too. See, and if they did it, they keep it a secret. I'm going to look that case up. Family, thank you for that, brother. That's all I needed from you. We're going to get into that. Family, we're going to talk about suing the VA. If y'all get any information, email it to us, okay? Oh, this is exciting. I know I go on my little rant. Y'all know I got PTSD. You know I got PTSD, and I'm a big softy. You know what I'm saying? I do a whole bunch of barking, then I feel sorry for people. Oh, God. I don't know what to say about me. But I don't mistreat people. And then special monthly compensation, family. Who's fearful of filing for special monthly compensation? And you need to make sure when you in that CMP, these are things that you can do. The do's and don'ts, look it up, of CMP exams. Let me ask you this, Black Ambrosia. What are some of the biggest mistakes people make when they're filing lawsuits through insurance? What are some of the biggest mistakes you think they make? Now listen, our brother military Mike say the case was brought forward by Conley Monk Jr., a Black U.S. Marine who served during the Vietnam War on behalf of the National Veterans Councils for Legal Redress. Wow, man, that's heavy. I wrote that case down. I'll search it. I'm gonna have to search it too. Everybody thank Military Mike for giving us game. So make sure you do the do's and don'ts when it comes to your claims. And always be very aware of what your triggers. H-Town got triggered when he heard the word plantation. When they keep showing it on the news, it kind of upset me, family. When I see them plantations and they trying to, oh, isn't that bad? No, let it burn. So I was triggered by that. That's why I can't watch television no more. I'm gonna have to get out of watching television, man. That caught me off guard. So what are your triggers? Let that doctor know about your triggers when you go in that CMP exam. Let them know. That's evidence. Now, watch our video by the same name. Let me get over here. So Monk alleges that upon returning from the war, he was consistently denied access to his entitled veteran benefits in housing, education, and disability. April 16, 2024. So this is a new case, family. Ain't that something? So really, this is something new. And we're not even talking about the hospital. This is the Veteran Benefits Administration. So this is an active, I'm assuming, Military Mike, this is an active case. They haven't ruled on his behalf or denied the claim. Where is it right now? What is the status, if you know? MG Smith says, H-Town, we're here for you, brother. We all let it all hang out here. We don't judge. Yeah, because when I see the plantation burning and it caught me by God, I didn't want to see that. That my people was on it. They were lynched on that land. Right now, my people up in Georgia, they got a fence around where my people buried. I got to go in there and ask the descendants of the slave owners, can I go in there and see the rest of the place of my family? Because I was going to go up there, but they got a fence all the way around it. You think I want to talk to them people? They great-great-granddaddy raped my great-great-great-grandmother and sold all children down here to Texas. You understand? So when I see plantation stuff, it kind of triggered me. I'm upset because I want to go see, because she's buried up there. He never got rid of her, but he sold all the children, you know. So I'm feeling some kind of way when people start making simply statements about plantation. So I got triggered. I'm sorry. Now, listen, Kevin said this was in 1922. Conley Jr. filed a lawsuit against the VA discriminating against Black veterans in the admin of benefits. Well, now look, I don't even bring that up. You know, they've done studies and they said that Black veterans get discriminated against. I never brought that up. Yeah. Black veterans get denied more. Yes. And you know, I ain't never bring that up. I didn't play no race card. It's just true. Now, Monk was a Black Marine, not afforded his benefits, just like my father. Yeah, they've been doing this for years. But, you know, they won't give Black World War II veterans their benefits. But a lady just died in the 1990s. She was the daughter, 2010, she was the daughter of a Confederate soldier. She was getting VA disability payments. And her daddy was a traitor to the country. You know, he had her when he was older, so she lived into her 90s, but they denied. You see how hypocritical these people are. The VA now, the government. Betty Bob's 32 likes and 23 watching. Somebody find out if we can sue the VA hospital. That's what I want to know. Thank y'all for the likes and everything. Lifestyle Change say, thanks, Military Mike. Yeah, I get passionate, family, but I don't want y'all to be upset. This is just me, but I'm being real with y'all. Y'all don't want me to be fake. And sometimes y'all be talking. I remember Love got upset one day. He was crashing out about the claim. I just let him roll with it because he was feeling that thing. You understand? And I said, I understand. So we got to be here for each other. I don't have no problem with nobody. Some of my best friends are white. Isn't that what they say? Some of my best friends are Black. Now listen, Kevin says, my fellow Marine stood up for what he believes. Salute. Where's the case now? Now listen to what Sister Black and Broja said. I think the biggest mistake is not staying consistent with the treatment and forgetting they may be watched to get video of them doing more than they should. Video of you can get your claim dropped. Yeah. Have y'all ever felt like the VA was watching y'all? I ain't trying to get nobody to be paranoid. Remember, I showed you the case where they was following this guy that was 100% said he couldn't walk, like he was paralyzed from the shoulder down, and he was doing the Iron Man challenge, and they caught him on video. Now, I think it was Social Security that caught him, but the VA started investigating him too. Now, listen to what Betty Bob say. H-Town, my therapist let me know that I'm a Black woman and is not looking at as being serious since I'm a Black woman. Yeah, but they started doing all kind of LGBT stuff, and they made them white gays. They gave them a certain position. Oh, and they told me when I was talking about I almost got killed over in the war, they told me that we don't want to talk about it. You know what that doctor told me? She said, "Oh, we don't want to talk about racial stuff, but if I come in here and address, you'd be all right with that though, right? Because I'm an emasculated Black man." Make it make sense. Man, we got to talk about our triggers. Now, let me ask you this here. Let me ask you this. Do you think if you was hazed in the military, you know how they haze and they do different rituals and beat you or something, you get jumped on, should that be service connected? You know how they have hazing process, blanket parties and all that kind of stuff? Back in the day, that was common. Should that be service connected as a trauma? Betty Bob say, my therapist is a Marine veteran. Okay. Who in here that you have a veteran as your mental health provider or as your primary care medical provider? Who has a veteran? Let us know. Who in here has a veteran? Put vet if you have a doctor that is a veteran, somebody that's helping you that is a veteran. Let us know. Now, Charleston say, I'd say a class action is different than an individual case. Yes, so that's not a class action, that's the individual. You're right. Then Betty Bob say, Kevin say, Betty Bob, shout out to the Marine therapist, Simplify. Now Kevin say, H-Town, yes, you should be service connected. That is a war act. Yeah, because when we over in Desert Storm, they do all kind of, I mean, over in even in the barracks doing basic training, they do kind of hazing things, and that's something, you know, that can be traumatic for some people that get injured, right? So for those you that don't know, because family, we got a lot of people in here. The PACT Act. Who in here has filed the case for the PACT Act? We're going to go through this information we're about to get through. Who in here has filed a case for the PACT Act or in process? Put PACT Act in the chat if you filed a claim or you're thinking about filing a claim for the PACT Act. Put PA for PACT Act. Or PACT, put PAC. Yeah, put PAC for PACT Act. Who have filed a claim for the PACT Act? Who in here filed a claim? Now, Gary has, MG Smith. Now, Dallas has, okay. And I thank y'all for being patient with me, family. You know, because I have my moments, but I'm very, now listen, lifestyle changes say, that's a problem for me here. I cannot find any FBA mental health therapist, meaning Black therapist, family. And you know, you want people, let me ask you this here, family. You just brought up an interesting point, lifestyle. Tell me this here, ladies, our lady veterans. Let's see who filed for the PACT Act. Lifestyle changes did. Dallas has. Gary has. Ladies that are in here, I got a question for you. Do you feel more comfortable with a female therapist, mental health therapist, or are you okay with a male therapist? What are you more comfortable with, male or female? And the males you can answer too. Who do you feel more comfortable with, male or female therapist? I gotta be honest with you. I've had positive experience with both. So I'll put male and female. I had positive sports, but depending with certain things, if you've been through certain traumas, you may not feel that way. But I feel comfortable with male and female both, because I had a positive experience with both. H-Town, male and female. Kevin say both. MG Smith say I requested female. Why do you feel more comfortable with female, brother? Let us know. Betty Bob say vet and vet wife is my primary care doctor. Wow. I requested my private insurance company for a veteran doctor and therapist. I told the insurance company I need to have someone relatable to me. So let me see. So with Betty Bob say female therapist and female doctor. I respect that. I respect that. I respect that. Come on now. Is there any men that would just feel more comfortable with one gender? Come on, tell me. Ain't nothing wrong with being open and honest with it. It's what you feel comfortable with. Alaska Knight say female doctor. Now let's see. Say Betty. What do you say? Betty Bob's outstanding. Yes. Now Kevin said no. What do you? Oh, I think you said both up here. Okay, I don't know what you said. No, I said something. I forgot what I said. Now listen to Brother Charleston. I've had a female doctor, male doctor, either one, for different exams. I'm talking about as your primary care provider. I like my female doctor now. I hope I ain't being mean to male doctors for my mental health, because how can I say, let me come up on the full screen. With my female psychiatrist, I feel more comfortable. I can open up with ways with her that with another male doctor, it's gonna be kind of quiet, you know, two dudes sitting there. I'm gonna say, yeah, this here, that there. But with her, over time, she got me to open up. Because, you know, I was able to open up more to her. So I guess, even though I have very good doctors, don't take nothing away from them. The style of a woman for me when it comes to mental health, okay? Now I got primary care female and my psychiatrist is a female. Man, say I just better experiences with female. I just had better experiences. I've had, meaning now that I think about it, I really enjoy it. So Chief said he preferred male. Now Gary say, I am fine with both genders, but I feel that I receive kinder and more thought care from female doctors at the VA. I'm gonna have to tell you, are we being biased? But let's be honest with you. When you are frustrated, a woman doctor, most of them, I ain't saying all of them, they know how to talk to you. They know because many of them are mothers and many of them are wives, and they know how to de-escalate in certain things. And I'm not saying the men doctors can't do it, but it's just talking to a woman, you tend not to want to flip out. And then you feel bad if you flip out. When I fussed on the phone, I said, I'm sorry, doc. She said, it's okay. God, dog. H-Town. Now listen to what Kevin Cobar Sr. said. H-Town vet, I had a female primary doctor, and I didn't like her. She didn't care. She didn't care. My male doctor, I am more comfortable. So everybody got their own thing. Now, listen to Military Mike. Male, preferably a veteran. You don't have to say, but if you want to tell us why, let us know. Family, come on, let's talk about it. See, family, here we can be honest. See, family, that's why we have to cut these things off, because I can go for 10 hours and y'all not gonna have me going much longer, because y'all get me to talking. If you still here, Black Ambrosia, do you prefer male doctors or female doctors? Let us know. Now, and that's in the for the civilian world too. Betty Bob say, my husband has female primary care through the insurance. He said she listens to him. Okay. Do you get jealous that your husband got a female doctor? Betty Bob, let us know. Now, I'm just messing with you, but let me know. I want to know. But I guess if you're getting the help you need, it's good. Because doctors tend to be, that's a real cool thing now. Because you have to be able to trust your doctor? Family, if you got to be able to trust your doctor, put trust in the chat. Do you have to be able to trust your doctor? And trust them for what, though? What kind of trust do you have to have for your doctor? Do you have to be able to trust your doctor? And if you do, what kind of trust do you have to have for them to be able to open up? Charleston say, I've had female doctors try to hurt me and female doctors that were kind. I had an intern doctor. She was mean. She was a regular doctor, but she wasn't even, I think, what it say? Trust is important. Who said you got to be able to trust? How important is trust when it comes to your doctor? Now listen to what Kevin Colbart Sr. say. My last CMP exam was with a male Navy veteran. Let me ask you this here. Now this is gonna get heavy, family. What if your trauma is gender-based? What if you've been traumatized by somebody that is a gender of the opposite sex? Would you most of the time feel more comfortable with somebody that's your same gender? Let me know. Can you trust a doctor that is of the opposite gender if the opposite gender is the reason you were traumatized? Let us know. Now, listen, Military Mike says, nothing against females, but I know they are driven by emotions. Oh, you about to cause some trouble up in there. I've seen some very professional doctors, but you right on your opinion now. When it comes to my health, I think about males is more logical in his findings. However, Military Mike, your wife was very logical in helping you with your benefits. So that's kind of surprising. So what's the difference? Let me know. This is interesting. I'm enjoying. So do you trust? Love say trust. You got to be able to trust the doctor. Now, Posty say female doctors seem to be more sympathetic with your conditions. Yes, my doctor, she makes me feel like she cares. I love my doctor. And my other doctor, my primary care, do you know, now, somebody said it. I want to believe otherwise. Was it you, Betty Bob? Do you know my doctor had the nurse call me when I went to the emergency room for my tooth? My primary care doctor had the nurse call me to check to see why I went in there. But what y'all was saying is that's because that make her look bad. I thought it because I was important. I felt important, family. I felt important. I did, Betty Bobs. Let me believe my lie. I felt important. I feel important with y'all, man. We've consistently kept 22 to 30 something people in here. family, this channel is growing. And I want to let everybody know I don't do anything to offend or disrespect. I'm just truthful on certain things, but we try to stay focused on the veteran topics. But I got to be real because my experience, my journey, and I let y'all tell y'all journey, because when it comes to this, it's based on our opinion. Like we say, on this, it ain't no blanket statement. It's my opinion, what I've experienced and what I see, and I give facts to back up what I say. Now listen, when it comes to trusting your doctor, Kevin Kobar Sr. says, you better trust your doctor with your health. Oh, that's heavy, because you got to trust them with your health. Kevin say trust is essential. Now listen what Betty Bob says. She say, H-Town, husband said when he goes to the VA, male doctors once a year, he said he doesn't care for the male doctors because he doesn't listen to him, give him the wrong medicine. Wow. Now I had a male doctor. My first, I loved him. He was like, and don't say I said wrong. He like Weird Al Yankovic. He was like just like a real cool doctor and just cool people. I love Weird Al Yankovic. He makes a lot of spoof videos. I love him. And he's the reason I'm here. Now my other older doctor, he was very reserved, but he was helpful too. But with this doctor, she it's something about just, and I never, because I was kind of hot. I don't trust people right off the bat, and I feel people out. She just broke down all my defenses, and I tell her when things are real bad. Huh? Betty Bob she said, oh yeah, wrong medicine. I hate to hear that, Betty Bob. Trust is essential. This is heavy, family. Now listen, Lifestyle Change say, the one who finally gave me a favorable exam was the FBA. That's a Foundation of Black American. Those are people that originate, Black people that are non-immigrants that originate from our country. You know, y'all call him African American, but Elon Musk say he's an African American. So we had to come up with our own term so people won't confuse us with Black immigrants. We are the people that built the country from scratch. Now, FBA female contractor. I'd only had one FBA since. How many? I don't know if there's a lot of Black doctors. I haven't seen many Black doctors. I have an Indian doctor now. I had all white, and I had some very good experiences with them. I have to say that, but I don't see too many Black doctors. I saw one Black dentist. Now, Kevin Kobar Sr. say, no, I wouldn't trust it. Now, listen, we're coming up with some interesting conversations and nobody judge. Alaskan Ice, I got to ask, have you ever had a male doctor at the VA? Whether it be primary care or mental health, if you have that. Let us know. I know you prefer female, but have you ever had a male doctor? And that's for anybody in here. Military Mike, have you ever had a female doctor? Now, Military Mike says, when it comes to your health, you have to stand on business. I don't need a doctor smiling at me because she think I'm handsome. Oh, man. Kevin says, Military Mike, that's right. Yes, about your health. Now, let me ask y'all this. The best doctor you ever had, what quality did they have? The best, whether that's a mental health doctor or a primary care doctor, what quality did they have that made you think that was the best doctor I had? My best doctor, the one that reminded me of Weird Al Yankovic, he was so empathetic. He was so relatable to me. He didn't judge me. He didn't judge me for having PTSD because I was very embarrassed back then. He was letting me know that it's all right. He was very, I guess you would say the key quality, he was supportive. Now, Betty Bob said he had the female doctor since he retired from the Navy, so I can't complain. My husband saw, talking about, I asked was she jealous. My husband saw the nightmare I had gone through the VA. He was still in the service. Okay. See, this one I think I had to pull this thing because it got stuck. Now listen, Gary says, now listen to Brother Gary. Trust is important. That starts off, and we're talking mainly about VA doctors, but this can translate to non-VA doctors too. Trust is important because we have a problem trusting the government anyway, don't we? Now, trust is important. That starts off well if I feel that they actually listen to me and allow me input on any care-related decision. Who in here have doctors that wouldn't listen to you? If you had a doctor that wouldn't listen to you, put a 5 in the chat. If you had a doctor, your primary care, that was your assigned doctor, that didn't listen to you and you had to change it. If you ever had a doctor that you feel like didn't listen to you or trivialized you or just was talking to you without letting you put input, put a 5 in the chat. All right, put a 5 in the chat. If you had a doctor that ignored what you were telling them, a primary care doctor. Good statement, our brother said. Trust. Let me see. Now let's see. Now, so MG Smith has been ignored by a doctor. Lifestyle changes have been ignored by a doctor. Gary has been ignored by a doctor. Wouldn't listen to him. Even H-Town Vet. Now let's see. Family, I love y'all, man. Y'all, H-Town, he getting emotional. I love y'all, man. Y'all accept me for who I am. I'm not perfect, family. I know I'm not perfect. But I love y'all, man. You hear what I'm saying? Kevin says, Coasty, you're right. My first exam, she was very professional. She helped me with my back rating. I got 40%. And sometimes it may not be based on their gender. But with me, I grew up around strong women who took care of me. I was kind of spoiled. And sometimes I like being spoiled. And women sometimes will spoil you. Oh, they might just be doing their job, but I feel spoiled. A guy gonna be like, okay, this over there, this over there. Now, Betty Bob say, 34 likes, 20 watching, family. I think, have we broke the record? Now listen to what Charleston say, H-Town, you're stirring up the pot with this female male doctor thing. Oh, Lord, I deflected off of my other statements about the plantation. I want to get y'all triggered. I don't want to be triggered no more. Now listen to what Coasty said. Kevin, what does the VA do for your back? Mine is 40%. We love to know. I don't be getting to y'all business. Kevin says, Coasty, they got me going to a chiropractor and acupuncture. Think about that, brother Coasty. Good idea. Now listen. Alaska Knight says, my orthodontist and my pain doctors are male. Interesting. Okay. So you saying there's certain things. See, now this is making it deep. Are there certain things that you feel comfortable with doctors of the opposite gender, and there's certain situations that you don't feel comfortable with doctors of the opposite gender? Let us know. Now, lifestyle changes say there are, but not with the VA. That goes back to what you were talking about before. Okay, yes. Coasty say, I got TENS units, Walker cane also. Come on, let's talk about it. Family, y'all really making me feel important here. So What was my question? I say 5. What did I ask y'all? Tell me what the question was, but I done forgot. I said 5. You said 5. Oh, a doctor ignoring you? 5 at the VA. Okay. A doctor ignoring. I guess that's what I said. MG Smith say 5. Charleston say 5. Betty Bob say 5. Now listen. Kevin Cobar Sr. says, we about to go to 4 hours. We're going to have to cut this short, y'all. Coasted, to be honest, no, I have degenerate disc disease. Oh, let me let y'all have that. And it don't help something. It's make it worse. Trial and error. Family. Coaches say, thank you. Good to know. I shouldn't be getting their comments, but y'all got good information. Now, watch this video if you want to learn about the VA claims do's and don'ts. This is one of our earlier videos. There's certain things that you should do when it comes to claims, some things that you should not. So I'm just going over, and always ask for an update on your claim. If it's not a fast, the claim is moving on a snail's pace, ask for an update on your claim, family. These are things that we all should do. And we got a video, watch it. And now here's a different thing. Let me ask y'all this here. Let's see what y'all gonna say. Kevin said, no problem, Coasted fam. Let me ask y'all this here. Is traumatic brain injury a psychological condition, or is it a physical injury? Come on, let us know. Is traumatic brain injury, TBI, is TBI a mental health condition? I mean, a mental condition, or is it a physical condition? Kevin says a physical injury. Let us know, is it a physical injury or a mental injury? Which is it, family? Y'all let us know. And I'm gonna read these two here. Kevin say, I call the VA checking my claim once a week. Good job. So Lifestyle Change says psychological. So is it psychological, meaning mental? Kevin says physical. Come on, everybody chime in. Let us know. Is it mental or traumatic brain injury? When you get, the brain injury, usually you get knocked out. Okay. Then Charleston say it's a physical injury leading to mental stress. Okay. So you kind of saying it's both. Then MG Smith says a physical injury. Then Military Mike says TBI is physical because of the symptoms. And then Betty Bob says physical. Then Coasty says both. Anybody else got any opinion on it? Let us know. Is TBI mental or is it physical? Let us know. Gary say agree with Charleston. What did Charleston say? Physical injury leading to mental stress. Okay. Let's see. Anybody else? What's your opinion, Alaska Nights? If you're in right now, I would love to know what you feel. I would love to know what Army George, if you in, what do you say? The key word is traumatic. Brain injury. Traumatic key word. Kevin, real sharp. That's okay. So here we go. It is a physical injury, but as our brother Charleston say, it has mental symptoms, so it can mimic PTSD. Okay, it has some of the same symptoms as PTSD. That's why they don't want. Let me ask you this here: can you get service connected for PTSD and traumatic brain injury? I want y'all to put a yes or no in the chat. Can you get yes or no? Can you get a rating for PTSD, and TBI? Let us know if TBI. Okay. Can you get a rating for both? Because you can't pyramid mental health conditions. So if you get rated for depression, if you get paid for depression, you can't be paid for PTSD too. You can't be service connected for more than one condition, but you're only going to get paid for the most. When it comes to mental health, you only get paid for the most severe. Now let's see, boy, this is getting interesting. And we're going to answer Coasty that he's saying both. Coasty and Charleston are right, but y'all are right also that it's physical, because we're going to explain it. All y'all kind of right. No. Lifestyle Change say no. That can you get PTSD rating and TBI? And then Kevin say it's possible, but they have the same symptoms. Some of the same symptoms. They don't like doing it. They don't like doing it because they even though they supposed to, that's VA culture saying no, because they have a problem with the symptoms overlapping. Because with TBI, there are physical characteristics, and there are also psychological characteristics, not being able to sleep, aggravation, a lot of the same things that overlap with PTSD. Now, so you can get both. Now, Charles say, I don't know what Raiders' reasoning. Yeah, they can get both. They don't like doing it. It rate the same. So you saying you get rated the same? You can you can get TBI and PTSD separate, but they like to fight it. Now, Military Mike say yes, the VA can and often does rate both traumatic brain injury and mental health separately. You just have to fight it, family. You can. Now, it's rated the same. Okay, from Betty Bob's. Family, y'all done such an excellent job tonight. However, if symptoms overlap significantly between the two conditions, they might be combined into a single rating to avoid pyramiding. That's why I say it can be hard. Real talk. Boy, you see why we need y'all here? Betty Boss, Military Mike, and all y'all. Remember the VA and word confusion. Huh? They don't tell you what a decision letter is. A decision letter, for those that are watching this live and recorded, is the decision that the VA made. So when you go up there and you want to know the decision that they made, you need to ask for your decision letter. It tells you effective date, and some of this information is going to be on all your letters, but you need to make sure that you have this. The decision letter is the main letter on a claim. Then your notification letter, that tells you what benefits you qualify for. Huh? Now, a little bit of this information is going to be on all of them, but when you want to know what benefits you get, whether you get this benefit and some of the benefits, the notification letter notifies you of your benefits. Watch our video on the decision letter and notification letter. We have, 5,000 to 7,000 views on these, and these are just small videos. Then the VA rating code sheet. They're supposed to send it to you in your packet when you get your decision letter and your notification letter. But you know what they say? That this is an internal document. That's what the lady told me when I went and requested mine about a week ago. It's an internal document. Well, if it's an internal document, why when I put in a request, they can send it to me? My VSO could get it for me, but it's an internal document because they don't want you to have it. The lie detector determined that was a lie. And this is something you get every year. So really be on this one here. Make sure you get your VA award letter. That's the letter you get every year in about January, February. And this is good when because you don't want to give them your decision letter, your notification letter when you're applying for a car. This makes it simple and keeps out all your private medical information that you don't have to give it when you're applying for homes and different things like that. Family, people are still in there, 26 people in there. Thank y'all for joining us. And then, family, an important thing when it comes to your journey is making sure you get all the benefits that you deserve. I want to ask you in here, who in here done got a little bit of all of them? Now, I hope you ain't got the National Cemetery. I don't want you. Yeah, I don't want you to utilize that one yet. But you got your VA benefits. You've used your VA home loan. You went to the VA hospital. You went to the clinic, community care. Who's done all of them except the National Cemetery? Look who's in the house. I'm coming up full screen. Oh, God. God answers prayers. Smash that like button, family. Our sister, I'm going to get you, Charleston. Bionic Woman, they were asking about you last live stream. She says, good evening, Mr. H-Town vet and veteran family. I miss everyone. Did you hear? I told you, my sister. She has the heart of a champion, a heart of a compassionate person. The deaconess, show love to the deaconess, please. Now, Charleston say, I got a decision letter from the rater telling me VBA doesn't combine for tinnitus and hearing loss as an example. Everybody show love to Bionic Woman. Betty Bob says, Military Mike, I agree. I was going to say they are going to avoid pyramiding. Yeah, in some cases, definitely so. It's hard to get both, I'm telling you. If you have a lot of the symptoms that line up, that TBI that line up with the PTSD, that's going to be, but you fight for it. Now, they are trying to pay as little as possible. You know they are. Then Charleston said, hi, Bionic Woman. Y'all pray for our sister. Pray for the family. You understand? Pray. We glad our sister here. Kevin said, Bionic Woman, even mom. And then Bionic Woman say, good to see you, Military Mike. Isn't it a blessing that Military Mike here? Family, I'm about tired of y'all. We got 26, 27 people in here. And Bionic Woman, I've been going on a racial rant, talking about slave plantations and everything. I got triggered. Black Ambrosia, do you mind telling us, do you feel comfortable with, they were asking, do you prefer female doctors or male doctors? Which one do you feel comfortable? Or it depends. I like both myself, but some of them, like one of our brothers said he preferred female doctors. I like female doctors now, like my psychiatrist, because, I just feel good. Just, women have a softer voice and just, but I have very good male mental health doctors too. Let me see where we at. Charleston said Bionic Woman. Kevin said Bionic Woman, Ma. And then they speaking to each other. Coasty say Bionic Woman. Betty Bob say, hello, Bionic Woman. I talk you up. That's who was talking, saying they was worried about you. And family, give me a moment. I'm going to pray for Bionic Woman and her family, because I don't know, we got to be there. We know her heart has always been here. So give me a moment. Dear Lord, we ask that you bless Bionic Woman and her family. We ask that you keep them and help her to be strong, God, and let her know here at our channel that the veteran family love her and support her, and we'll never forget her. We pray in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank y'all. Now I say, hi, Bionic Woman. from Gary, and then Military Mike. I miss you, Bionic Woman. Let me tell you why she's so important. She never changed. She always consistent. She keep me focused. She give me ideas to build a channel. She the one told me to do this back here. I got to get the slogan. I'm going to put that up there. Bionic Woman, build me up. You hear me, family? This is an Air Force veteran. Huh? My Lord. He said, Military Mike said, I miss you. See, we get a little emotional up in here, family, but we in a safe place. So know if I do something, it's not to hurt you. I love y'all. Bionic Woman say, Mr. Zimmerman. Yeah, Mr. Zimmerman, Charleston just coming in, just fell on in here. He just became a part of what we was doing like he'd been there all day. And then Black and Bro say, hi, Betty. And then MG Smith say, good evening, Bionic Woman. You've been missing. You've been missed. Yes, she's been missed. Bionic Woman say, hi, Kevin. And then Black and Brody says, hi, Bionic Woman. Then Bionic Woman says, hi, Betty Bops. Lifestyle Changes say, greeting, Bionic Woman. And Bionic Woman said, hi, Gary. 34, listen to this, family. 34 likes and 27 watching. Can you believe this after 4 hours? Family, we going somewhere, and we have rules up in here, and we still going somewhere. We able to be honest. What other channel, let me ask you this here, family. What other channel do the host, veteran channel, speak they hard like this here and just let you know who they are? I know I'm not perfect, but I don't want y'all to think I'm a fake person. I'm sorry if I offend anybody. Love say hello, Bionic Woman. They speak, they show who they really are. They be who they are. Bionic Woman, hi, MG Smith. Then Bionic Woman say, hi, Lifestyle Changes. Now, Black and Bros say, all my primary care doctors have been female. I've been to male specialists, however. I prefer female doctors. Okay. Respect. Bionic Woman, we asking the question we just been asked. Do you prefer, depends on what it is, do you prefer male doctors or female doctors when you go to the VA? Some say both, some say just female. Bionic Woman says, thank you so much for your thoughtfulness. Oh, you're such an important part of this, what we're doing. And she's thanking all of us. And I take it too. Bionic Woman say, hi, Benny. And then Kevin Cobart Sr. says, Bionic Woman, blessings. Family, we got 35 likes and 26 watching. This is amazing. Bionic Woman says, Military Mike, I am so glad you are here. Did you hear that? The prodigal son has come home, family. Huh? We need you here, Military Mike. Can we do another 2 hours since Bionic Woman here? I can't do another 2 hours. Oh, I can't do nothing because I got to get in there and get me something to eat. we gonna make up. I might do a short one tomorrow. Don't y'all try to keep me in a long time. I may do a short one. I don't know. But let's do it less than an hour tomorrow to let everybody enjoy the Memorial Day. Kevin said, Military Mike, right. Bionic Woman one of the day ones. Her Alaska Nights came right in. I think Military Mike wasn't far behind. Military Mike was the first person to donate. And he blessed me several times. Thank him for that. And several others. And even the people that got banned, thank you for when you donated. Now, if you did it from the heart or not, I don't know. But I appreciate your donations, not your disruption. Now, Bionic Woman says, hi, Black Ambrosia. We got to come up. Look, we need to find something where I can make my own VA Jeopardy game. How's it going? I thought about it. I haven't started work on it yet. Haven't had the time. Bionic Woman say, hi, love. Now, Bionic Woman say, I prefer female doctors. Respect, sister. Now, look, she said, I just had a snack before joining the live. Oh, you just trying to torture me. I got to ask all y'all a question. I know why y'all come to the channel. Y'all say, why y'all wouldn't have stay here so long? Why it doesn't bother y'all to be here 4 hours? Y'all done tricked me into 4 hours. We not going much longer. How y'all able to stay this long and maintain your interest? How is that? Betty Boss H-Town, I don't need you to get burnt out. So take it easy. So I won't do nothing tomorrow. We'll do something on Thursday. Okay. Y'all enjoy y'all what you call them. I won't do nothing tomorrow. Okay. You say LOL. Yes, indeed. Do y'all see that Dallas, he always in here, but he don't say much. You see how Dallas is interacting more? Huh? And he been here a long time. We getting people to open up. Huh? This is the point. Look what Gary did, the smiley face going sideways. Did y'all see that? I listened while I was mowing. Hold on, you mowing grass and listening. Is that cheating, family? If you cooking while you listen to the channel, is that cheating? Now, listen, tomorrow's Memorial Day. How can you not broadcast with all these vets in here? I will. We're gonna put a timer on. We're gonna let everybody speak, chat up. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Wow. Black Ambrosia got on my case. Let me tell you something, Black Ambrosia. I've been wanting to say this to you for a long time. I want to get this off my chest right now, Black Ambrosia. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you for being part of the channel. Look, I just got checked. I didn't just get checked. I got G-checked. Kevin gonna amen it. You hear him? Black Ambrosia, exactly. Now listen, Betty Bob say 35 likes and 21 watching. Come on now. Say it's multitasking. Look. Black Ambrosia laughing. Betty Bob says, hi, Dallas. Now Gary say, I was sweating while you were wound up. Oh, y'all don't know. I was cutting up. So Bionic Woman, don't get on me. I had a little meltdown and I was fussing because that plantation got burned up and I got hot. But I got back on task, Mom. I did. Now listen, Kevin say, Bionic Woman, I appreciate it represents my Marine Corps. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Family, y'all are so incredible in here. Y'all been so incredible. Now listen, I agree. Thank you for being here, Black Ambrosia. 2 people agreeing with Black Ambrosia. What about me? What about what I want? Family, y'all are so wonderful. Black Ambrosia, you just, as my grandma say, you just done fell right on in here. Huh? Part of the team. I think she up in your area. This is my my Foundation Black American Sister, Betty Bob. And I think she's in the Dallas or Fort Worth area. Where you from, Black Ambrosia? Because my sister Bionic Woman's from the Dallas area. And then that we need to learn about what the benefits are. What the benefits are for dependents too. And here at the channel, we teach you also, you need to find out, what you need to find out is in your state, what benefits they offer. I put the 5 reasons, this was my first video. 5 reasons disabled veterans should relocate to Houston, Texas. And I put a lot of the state benefits. Now she said, let's see. So H-Town vet, can't wait until tomorrow. Look, y'all just done gangster elbowed me. Betty Bops, you said rest, give me my rest. I'm gonna get my rest. I ain't gonna do nothing. But we ain't gonna stay on but a short period of time tomorrow. The lie detector determined that was a lie. No, it ain't no lie. We gonna rest tomorrow. I ain't going too much of nowhere tomorrow. Now, Black Ambrosia, Sunny, Dallas, South Dallas. Okay. Now, Kevin Cobar Sr., H-Town vet, looking to relocate. Okay. Anything, any advice I can give, because I know my sister, she from this area too. She'll help too. Alaska Nice. She's very familiar with the east side, that northeast side. She lived over there, and now she's moved over to this side. What would you suggest to somebody that's relocating over here to the Houston area, Alaska Nice, if you're still here? Because our brother, Kevin Cobar Sr., and his wife, they're thinking about moving to maybe to this area, possibly. Military Mike said, I'm going to Dallas Wednesday. My sister lives in Plano. So we got, she say Dallas, Sunny, South Dallas. Okay. Then Bionic Woman say, Black Ambrosia, did you work for American Airlines? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Y'all might know each other. Man, y'all too much. Let's see what we got here. Betty Bob say, H-Town, you have a restful evening. You have a beautiful day off, and get some rest before you get burned out. I'm going straight to bed. I'm hopping to bed because I took my shower before I did this. So let me get to the end of this here, because I got myself here. Find out the benefits in your area. And find out the state benefits, not just the local benefits. Find out the ones for your state, educational and land and all that. And this is a video that's very important, that anybody watching, you need to know when a veteran passes away what to do. And this was inspired from one of our fellow veterans asking about that. And I came up with the video, and I wish I would have done it earlier. I procrastinate. So I do apologize. But we finally got that squared away. And always you need to know about the level of protections for your benefits. A lot of people are nervous about not being able to protect their benefits. Temporary ratings are not protected. They have the 5-10-year rule, and they have the 20-year rule, and the P&T rating for 100% permanent total and TDIU. Come on now, watch our video, and we did a live stream on it. And I'm going to listen to you, Betty Bops. Now, Black and Bro say, when I was commercial, I flew for SkyWest, and when I was private, I flew for Atlas. Now listen to Betty Bops. She said, not Betty Bops, Bionic Woman. Mike, Military Mike, Plano is an expensive city. Plenty of amenities there. And you need to know if you're because we talked about this earlier, whether your condition is permanent or temporary. Watch our video about temporary and permanent claims, permanent ratings. And this is a very important one, because a lot of people believe that when you have 100% rating, 100% permanent total, you can't get reduced. You can if you go to jail. You can if certain factors happen. Watch the other ones, okay? Yeah, permanent doesn't mean permanent. Remember, word confusion. Military Mike say, my sister is a manager at Capital One. Okay. Probably going down to see your sis, huh? Now, this one we didn't get to do. I've been having it complete, but then filing for an increase is another thing that causes people fear. Who gets concerned? Who is, let me ask you this here. If you are, I want to use the word afraid, or if you are apprehensive and filing for an increase because you're afraid you might get reduced, put a 10 in the chat. Put a 10 in the chat if you think if you file for an increase, you're very leery of filing for an increase. Now look what he say. Good night, family. My old lady eyes are kicking in. So yes, we almost done, but y'all go ahead. Fearful for filing for an increase or a new claim. Good night, sister. And we about to call it a night. Because it say, is an increased rating worth it? After you put your number, tell us yes or no if an increased rating is worth it. So H-Town say put a 10. I'm not fearful. Military Mike is apprehensive about filing for a new claim. Lifestyles. Bionic Woman say good night, Black Ambrosia. And then I miss Betty Bobs. I'm not, Kevin say. And then Charleston says good night, Black Ambrosia. Let's start saying good night to everybody. Betty Bobs. Everybody, let's say good night. Because we went there and we'll finish this up next time. We've been here 4.5 hours. I'm not afraid. And Betty Bobs was right. If you file for TDIU, it's an increase. Yes. Yes, it is. Not worried, Charleston. And then Military Mike said, good night, Black Ambrosia. You blessed us with your presence. And you made a difference for being here. Military Mike said no. Gary said good night. Everybody say good night. Lifestyle say good night, everyone. I'm gonna say good night to everybody, and we'll finish the rest up next time. We went into it. Ain't much in there, but we get to it. Gary said good night, family. MG Smith said good night, family. Have a wonderful Memorial Day. Wonderful Memorial Day for everybody. Alaskan Ice says good night. Family, y'all are incredible. Anybody that puts up with me gotta be all right. And Charleston says good night all. And then he say, wait, I gotta go, I'm tired. And Sister Betty Bobson told me to get my rest. And I'm gonna do that. Kevin says good night, family. And Bionic Woman says good night, everyone. And family, I hope that we answered the question. Military Mike say good night. Where are you in your VA journey? Coasty say good night. Bionic Woman say good night, Mr. H-Town. Yeah, I'm sleepy. Yes, indeed. Dallas said good night. You know Dallas don't be saying much. Say what time tomorrow? I don't know yet. If it is, it's going to be for a short period because we're going to let people on out. Do y'all like the thumbnail? And that the nice thumbnail, family? Did we answer the question? Where are you on your journey? Yes, y'all did. And I thank you. Keep your notifications on, Military Mike. And I thank y'all for being here. And we appreciate you. Until next time, family. Good night.